love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just step it up. Don't be scared. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just step it up. Don't be
When that chat said it was 67 degrees where they live in, I couldn't. I wish. I wish. I wish. We actually have some gaming stuff today, guys. I'm shocked. We also got the Assassin's Creed review. Reckless Ben did upload a video, but it's not the video that I want to see. That's unfortunate. Oh, PlayStation has a 14-minute thing on Halloween. Oh, you know we're gonna watch that. Dude, we got the hookup on games today. A little fun fact about this song. This song he made on a whim. The director or the writer, I guess, whoever was doing the big shots here, he said he needed he needed music for the movie, right? And he just kind of made it up and went with it. And it worked out really well. I'm actually, I don't want to deal with copyright, so I'm going to go ahead and mute that. No. No copyright. None. I do like the map here. This looks nice. It doesn't look like PNGs on a wall. There's actually some thought going in here. Oddly enough, these houses look really good. They don't feel fake, you know? They feel like realistic. It doesn't feel like the same houses copy and pasted over and over and over again. Whoa, they got a collector's edition? Hold on. Look at that. That looks really cool. Oh. Brightfall. What is this? What is this here? What the heck is this?
There's always something hiding in the dark.
Yeah? Is there?
Even death is no escape here. It's only the birth of a new cycle. When you're ready, push back the fear.
That's not really my cup of tea. See, Minecraft has some new announcements. Now that they laid off so much, that looks nice.
In this video, we'll do a deep dive of our... And we're also going to show you a never-seen-before feature that's going to change Steve's life forever.
Alright, let's talk Dappled Forest.
So, the newest biome addition to Minecraft, the Dappled Forest, I love it. It's not a lush forest, it's not a scary forest, it's this wanderlust kind of place where it's brimming with adventure, this new forest.
Yeah, I think the Dappled Forest is really unique. I think we managed to get a really nice height of the tree, being able to ride your mount through the forests without bumping into leaves everywhere. I think it's very nice.
And what better way to keep exploring this new Dappled Forest than the new
Straw bed. So we know that players really like exploring all the biomes, and especially the new Dappled Forest. Yes.
I look forward to seeing stuff pour out of Minecraft like we've never seen before. I do. I really am excited to see what Microsoft, since they've done mass layoffs, what they plan on doing with Minecraft.
But the thing that stops them, it's nighttime.
Yeah, and this is the problem that we aim to solve with the straw bed, allowing players to skip the night without having to set their spawn point. You will no longer have to worry, did I plop a bed down, did I set my spawn point here, that's not my base. So we kind of want the players to get out.
So you'll be able to just straight up skip through the night without setting a new spawn point. That's kind of cool.
Of their comfort zone.
And continue their adventure.
Yes.
Took them long
Compared
enough.
to the regular bed, the straw bed works slightly different. When you wake up after night, it breaks.
Oh, that's annoying.
So the inspiration for the straw bed was trying to make things look really early game, and some of the earliest things that players craft is bread with wheat.
Yes. So it gives us sort of a familiar feeling because people have seen hay before.
What is the recipe for the straw bed?
You place 3 hay bales in a row. This will give you 4 straw beds.
Ooh,
So it's
whoa,
actually
okay.
very cheap.
Oh, so that's not
I
even
think the
that
community
bad.
will
That's not
appreciate
even that
straw bed
bad.
because it encourages exploration and you're not as punished for leaving your base. But I also think we're going to see a lot of interesting building using the straw beds.
The straw bed really gives the players the opportunity and the freedom of going out to explore and also being able to skip the nights.
and discover the Dappled Forest.
It's crazy because, like, this is like mod style kind of stuff. It's nice to see the creators of Minecraft finally do something other than nothing for like decades. That's what they've done. They've done nothing.
The new additions to the Dappled Forest, the shelf mushroom that grows inside of trees, introduces both new gameplay and avenues for building.
The shelf mushroom is primarily
For years.
decorative, but
For years, we've gotten nothing out of Minecraft. Nothing from Mojang. Nothing from the Xbox, the bread box. And now they care because they're losing so much money.
I see people using it for parkour and
Yeah, it has
other
a
like
slight...
mini games and stuff.
Yeah, it has a slight bounce to it as
Who the
well.
hell
and-
even still plays parkour maps in 2026? I thought, like, who plays that?
Yeah, you can also use it for the stews now.
The poplar woodset is obviously gray.
Ooh.
Pale oak is obviously white.
You tell them.
I've heard what the trapdoor looks like, but I don't agree.
I didn't think that it looked like a toilet when I was developing it, but now that people point it out, yeah, it is a
Toilet
Wait,
seat with a
what?
hole in it.
Oh, it does. It looks like a toilet seat.
I've heard what the trapdoor looks like, but I don't agree.
I didn't think that it looked like a toilet when I was developing it, but now that people point it out, yeah, it is a little toilet-like.
So we left a bit of a mystery in the Dappled Forest, didn't we?
Yes, players who explore the Dappled Forest will maybe come across mysterious
Let's go,
abandoned
Beyond.
campsites.
Let's go, Mossy
So
Oak.
when you stumble upon an abandoned camp,
W10
what do you
joules
find?
for Mossy Oak. W10.
Well, you of course have the
W2
tent,
world.
and you have this
Let's
put-out
go.
campfire and a campsite with some loot, and sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll
Mossy
even
always
find
bringing in
buried
that
treasure with some better loot
that
in it.
carry. You know what
The
I'm
abandoned
saying?
camp can be found in
Oh.
lots of different biomes. Not
I
just-
love the cherry blossom biome. That's my favorite biome. I love the cherry blossom biome.
the Dappled Forest. Who built it? Who knows?
I don't know.
It'll be a mystery forever.
We knew that we were making tents for the abandoned camps. Then we knew that, like, oh, we're adding wool stairs and wool slabs to this game drop. So wool stairs and wool slabs. I love how that came to be in this game
Oh
drop.
wait, there's
This is
wool.
wool stairs and
There's
wool
wool
slabs.
stairs. When did they get? Why do you?
I love
So there's stairs made out of wool.
how that came to be in this game drop.
This is one of the most requested features from the players.
Yeah, I think it's what got the
Who would request this?
loudest cheer at TwitchCon.
Why?
I won't be shy, but I think wool stairs and wool slabs is a game changer for building in Minecraft. Just the sheer amount of colors and new shapes.
Bro, you know what happens with wool? Lightning strikes it and then it all lights on fire. Who would build a house out of this? Why would you build a house out of wool? Yo!
that it provides. I understand why players have been asking for this for a long time.
And now, after 17 long years of squatting against hard stairs, you'll finally be able to sit down and have a rest.
We give you the cushion.
What? They actually... Dude.
For the last 17 years, Minecraft players have been solving the whole sitting down situation by being creative with boats and minecarts and other things. But now there's finally this straightforward way of just putting down a cushion and sitting down.
The cushion is a new feature that actually allows our players to sit, and it comes in 16 different colors, and you can place it on all kinds of different blocks. The inspiration behind the cushion in game is real world cushions, like this cute one we have here, where there's a cute little button in the middle.
To craft it, you use the 16 new different wool
Wool
slabs.
stairs. Well, that's slabs. It's stairs, isn't it?
No, it's slabs.
It's slabs. Oh,
Slabs to make the cushion.
oh no.
I think the cushion opens up so many new possibilities for building that I won't even try to guess what the players are going to end up doing with them. With this game drops, players can expect adventures in the great outdoors, build using new blocks like the wool stairs and slabs, and of course, above all else, being able to properly sit down in Minecraft for the first time in 17 years.
It took them almost 20 years to make a chair. And it's not even a proper chair, it's a cushion. Yo. Ooh, we gotta watch this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to play this game so bad.
Monster!
Polish developer Rebel Wolves has worn a confident face since it first revealed the Blood of Dawnwalker early last year.
I'm not even gonna lie, that does not look good. That does not look good at all. That combat? Ooh. Hold on.
Monster!
Polish developer Rebel Wolves has worn a confident face since it first revealed the Blood of Dawnwalker early last year. The blood-soaked reveal trailer featured a gorgeously grisly cutscene, an unmistakably Slavic score, and a snapshot of a sprawling medieval open world. Crafted by many of the minds behind The Witcher 3, everything we've seen since has effectively proclaimed that this new vampire RPG intends to fight in the same leagues as CD Projekt Red's best. My recent visit to Rebel Wolves was something of a proof proving ground then. Until now, all access to the Blood of Dawnwalker had been hands-off. But for this IGN first demonstration, I'd be playing for 4 hours straight, beginning with selecting Start New Game from the main menu. 240 minutes later, my long-held feelings were mostly confirmed. The Blood of Dawnwalker has plenty of that Witcher magic, but it fuels something with its own equally interesting identity.
Kurt, we need to get back home. Father will be worried.
Father's already there.
By starting from the game's very beginning, the first 3 hours of this demo covered much of the same ground as my previous hands-off preview. Protagonist Cohen lives a small-town life in the Carpathian Valley of Vale Sangora, an area ruled by vampires who have freed the people from plague and taxes in exchange for a monthly blood tithe. The next is due tonight, and Dawnwalker's approach to time, there's only so much of it, represented by a sort of currency that you spend to push forward quests, means that you can only complete so many objectives before the ominous bloodmass begins. But playing this prologue on my own terms allowed me to explore much more of...
This is a really cool idea. The entire town, thanks to this guy, has like their own like economy and everything. This is really cool. This is really well thought out. This is put together really well. I'm thoroughly impressed by this.
Cohen's village than I'd seen before, and even rearranged the...
So they got rid of... Hold on, wait. So before we keep going. So they got rid of taxes for a blood offering instead to him. That's kind of crazy. Like, who would have thought about that whenever they did this originally? Like a vampire lord that takes over a town and then the town pays him blood offerings as opposed to tax money. Like,
details of his story. Whatever
it's
Rebel
really
Wolves had
simple,
shown me
but
previously, I did the complete opposite. This began with Gremla, a distraught woman whose cries had been ignored during the hands-off. She'd been sewing a tapestry banner in honour of the vampire's leader, Brentsis, and it was due to be displayed at the evening's bloodmass, but it's been stolen. Thus begins what is effectively a tour of the village, introducing a number of characters who would otherwise have blended into the background as you interrogate suspects, cross-examine their statements, and use a focus vision ability to assess footprints and trails. As a tutorial quest, it's practically on rails, bouncing you from villager to villager as you narrow down the guilty party. But it's a clear demonstration that, like Geralt before him, Cohen will need to play detective from time to time. And when you find the culprit, it's up to you how to deal with them. The situation is far from obvious, and your choice twists one of the prologue's key events. While the Blood of Dawnwalker makes no distinction between main and side quests, the prologue does have one storyline that feels more critical. A quest that tasks me to find medicinal herbs for Cohen's sick mother takes me to the House of Anka, a local witch who appears destined to become one of Dawnwalker's romantic options. While the writing is pretty solid across the whole breadth of this preview demo, the dialogue between Cohen and Anka is the highlight. There's genuine affection between the two of them, delivered without ever dipping into corniness or obnoxious flirtation. As I dig deeper through the quest's dialogue trees, Anka makes multiple references to being an old woman, despite looking no older than 30.
That's what love is. Apparently.
Apparently.
I may be a wise old woman, Cohen.
It's a subtle combination of both character and world building. Plague and hardship means no one lives long around here, and Anka's role as the local healer has made her wise beyond her years. A sudden storm forces the two of us inside, and I'm given the option to spend extra time with Anka by studying her books. I cannot be late for the evening's bloodmass, and so I only have the daylight hours to complete Cohen's chores, a period represented by a HUD element split into 8 segments. Most of the prologue's quests consume one segment, but choosing to extend my stay with Anka will effectively double the cost of this task. I was already fascinated by Dawnwalker's time as a resource system, but it's here where I can really see how it will demand interesting choices from us. Is it worth spending time?
I do think that this is kind of a constricting feature. I'm not a big fan of this, I'm not gonna lie. But if it's only part of the prologue, I kind of like it.
That could be utilized elsewhere.
Does that mean that based on what you do during the prologue, it can affect the entire outcome of the game? That's an interesting idea, isn't it?
To deepen my relationship with a paramour. For now, I entertain Cohen's awkward infatuation, and even invite Anka to study some salacious literature with me. Perhaps this means I won't have time for a quest that provides a more significant material reward later on in the day, but love never did come without sacrifice. With a pocket full of herbs and a heart full of butterflies, I leave Anka's storm-ravaged hut and head back home to administer the remedy.
Well, if this is done in a time where people died at the age of 50, I would assume that age is, 30 is pretty old. Because, like, you have to keep in mind that if this is, like, supposed to be in, like, you know, a time period where guns weren't even made, this is probably old school, you know?
Lynn's mother.
Old.
Completing that task has a significant impact on the prologue. It doesn't exactly branch the narrative, but the resulting events in my demo are notably different to what I witnessed in the hands-off. It's all too significant to spoil here, but it seems like Rebel Wolves has found a way to change the story's stakes and Cohen's emotional connection to them without having to totally rewrite the Blood of Dawnwalker's core plot. I suspect some players will perceive this as a bit of narrative trickery that makes no genuine impact.
Well, don't think too hard about it. You have to realize that life expectancy's doubled since then, so it's not that bad anymore.
Such a judgment until I see how the outcome of this quest ripples through the whole campaign. But for now, I feel pretty positive about how the consequences of your actions are handled here. By the prologue's end, Cohen has become the titular Dawnwalker, a man by day and a vampire by night. And with the first elements of his toolset unlocked, I'm thrown into the open world of Vale Sangora. From what I can see, the valley is large.
No, is that middle age? That makes sense. Because if you live to like 50, 60, that's not too bad. Like, you could still move around pretty well at 60.
Threatening to overwhelm.
Yeah, there are people that are 90 that could still move around really well, so like...
Lot of ground to cover, which you can do so by magically increasing your run speed during the day or by transforming into a wolf when the moon rises.
What? Yo, and it's a black wolf too. Get out, bro. What? You could shapeshift.
The world doesn't appear large enough to turn this into a Skyrim that you'll be exploring for hundreds of hours over multiple years. The small section of the map I explored had several activities, but sadly Rebel Wolves didn't provide us with footage of any of them. However, you can read all about what I got up to in the full written preview on IGN.com, which involved fighting this bear and following this luminescent wisp to the scene of a lover's death. Almost all the open world errands involved Dawnwalker's unusual combat system, which is fully directional, akin to games like For Honor and Kingdom Come Deliverance. When an enemy swings their sword from the left, you push the right analog stick to move your blade to meet theirs. When your foe guards low, you hoist your weapon above your head and strike downwards. It's a little tricky to master and demands a lot of concentration. Thankfully, you can effectively break down the system into pieces and graduate through it. By tapping just the block or attack button, Cohen will strike or defend from all angles at the cost of more stamina. You can start there, and when you've become more confident, begin to introduce the directional elements, and later finally start tapping block at the last second to score some very satisfying perfect parries. When it all comes together, there's a real rhythm to the combat, especially in single opponent duels. But an unexpected blow, or an additional assailant joining the melee, could easily knock me out of that rhythm, and the consequences were fatal. It's very difficult to heal mid-battle. I was exploring at night, so I had access to my vampire skills, but the neck-chomping ability only restores Cohen's health by a fraction, and its cooldown feels like an eternity when you're on the knife edge between life and death. Combine this with enemies that all feel like they have health pools 15% too deep, and repeat encounters against 6 or so soldiers at a time, and I found the combat system's strong foundations eventually became arduous. By the end of my hour in the open world, I was feeling fairly burnt out on Dawnwalker's swordplay.
Really? That sounds really annoying. I was wondering about that. I was wondering about the square because I saw it before and I was like, that looks like Kingdom Come. I hope that's not Kingdom Come. Oh, that actually is a big freaking downgrade in my overall appeal towards the game. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't like gameplay that's so tedious that you're like, oh, bro, I just don't want to get into combat. It's so annoying.
I want to avoid combat entirely.
Yeah, exactly.
Are strong, and while the demo's later encounters felt drawn out, there's every chance that new inventory items and skill unlocks may well balance it all out, and further experience with the system may wash those worries away. But even if swordplay remains iffy, well, that was the thorn in the Witcher 3's side, wasn't it? And so it's the quality of the quests, the writing, and that time as a resource structure that interests me the most. And after having experienced it all for myself, I remain confident that The Blood of Dawnwalker is the next RPG worth paying very close attention to. For more from The Blood of Dawnwalker, check out our exclusive...
I'm still gonna play it, but oof, that's rough. Who the hell watches this? This was the wrong girls. I see Marvel Rivals has a new update. Sudden attack 0 point? What is this? Hold on. Before I even bother. Hold on. Is sudden attack 0 point single or multiplayer? No, we're not gonna watch this. It's multiplayer. I don't care. I don't care about multiplayer like that, dude. The first twin was to do Dark Ages, Revelations. We're not gonna watch that. We don't need to. Every ship battle. What is this? This looks really good. Hold on, wait a minute.
レッドキャスターからシーカーへ。あなたは今回が初陣でしたね。接敵する前に訓練も兼ねてイカルスの動作チェックをお願いします。
空中戦はイカルスの基本だ。早くなれることだな。
今回の任務は先日バンディットに奪取されたイカルスの捜索です。ソルナイトはバンディットの始末が最優先だ。そこそこ数がいるようだが、お前なら造作もないだろう。あんな風に戦えるやつは
What? Dude, that looks sick. It's a first-person advantage too. Viewpoint. That's cool looking. Man, those graphics don't look the best, but the actual combat looks really good. Looks really good. Oh, boys, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know we're gonna have to take a fat shit on IGN
Whenever
if
a new
this is
Assassin's
bad.
Creed comes around, the conversation inevitably loops back to the same question. Hey, remember how great that one with the pirates was? Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is the last game my friends who lapsed on the series have played. It's the one whose hero, Edward Kenway, sits high on the best of lists. It's the one that spawned 2 remarkable spin-offs and inspired a whole game that's just the ship combat. Black Flag was a cultural moment, and Resynced isn't just a full remake of that juggernaut, but Ubisoft Singapore's celebration of the original's well-earned reputation. With new graphics, revamped combat both in melee and on the high seas, and retooled exploration and stealth systems, it's bigger and better in all the ways that matter.
I think this comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow?
The most obvious upgrade is in how Resynced looks. Ubisoft's
obviously.
Anvil engine is a clear step up with 2026 textures and physics, adding depth to hair, skin, and clothes that just couldn't be done in 2013, and all at a smooth 60 frames per second on my PC.
That's it?
The bigger cities you'll be visiting are bustling with people, and the wilderness is dense with lush foliage. Like with last year's Assassin's Creed Shadows, Resynced also has some pretty remarkable wind.
No one wants to talk about Shadows. Don't ever bring that dumpster fire up again.
Water and weather effects. Bringing Black Flag in line with modern Assassin's Creed design also adds some much-needed modesty to the world map. Previously, your map was littered with icons marking things to do and find in distracting abundance. The more discovery-focused approach introduced in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where non-quest related points of interest don't show up until you observe them from sync points or in direct proximity to them, helps keep the map from being overwhelming, but also encourages you to actually explore. Traveling through this refreshed and remixed world is enhanced by Resynced's updated free.
I actually don't like that. I like it whenever I know that if I need to find something, whenever I sync up the bird, the watchtower or whatever that is. I like that more because I don't have to sit here and go through the town. I can just sync up to the overall map thing and like uncover the area and get all the icons. And if I need something, then I can go do it. Or if I want to do something, I'll do it. I don't like that.
Running mechanics. It may not seem too different from what you remember at a glance, but I revisited the original Black Flag just before this review, and there's a handful of modern tweaks here and there that make it noticeably a better experience. Parkour runs transition from one move to the next much more smoothly. You can change directions far faster, and bolder path markings mean that there's less trial and error when it comes to jumping from step to step.
Damn this wall.
It has the breeziness of Assassin's Creed Mirage, but it also does retain a little too much of the stickiness that came from AC games of the originals era, where a good running sequence can come to a stop because you hit a jump just slightly wrong.
Morning all. Ahoy, Kenway.
Edward Kenway's story is one of the most beloved in the series for a good reason. It's filled with memorable characters, consequential twists and turns, and some great writing and acting. It was unconventional for its time, a selfish pirate in pursuit of glory who has to be dragged into the conflict between assassins and Templar, kicking and screaming, and at great personal loss. 13 years later, there still aren't many stories that break the mold in quite the same way in the series. It's still easily a top 3 Assassin's Creed adventure, and I wouldn't put it at 3.
Lay aboard, lads.
The story has even gotten some additional love, mostly in some extra cutscenes that expand on certain moments with characters like Blackbeard.
If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
As well as a brand new endgame chapter that lets you tie up a loose end related to a character that never saw any justice for his crimes in the original. A few quests were reworked to make them a bit more open-ended as well. Some of these adjustments won't stand out as new if you haven't played the original recently, but as someone who has, changes like this can help speed up choke points in the story's pacing that felt more like busy work than swashbuckling. Gone completely are the present-day interludes where you would tiptoe around the Abstergo offices to try to sabotage the evil Templar Corporation from within. Instead, those glyphs scattered around the map from the original now contribute to the various meta progression systems in the new Animus Hub project, which Ubisoft first introduced in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Finding floating glyphs in the wild
It's
to earn
so
points
pretty.
and level
That's
up would
so
mostly
pretty.
amount.
Yo!
To a glorified battle pass isn't my idea of fun, but
The
Reef
reef,
does at
too.
least take an admirable step in the right direction. You can now enter special rifts that serve as some unique platforming puzzles
Oh, what the
and
hell?
act as a backdrop for a story between a voice locked in the Animus that wants to show you the truth and the Animus itself attempting to trap you inside forever. It doesn't really go anywhere definitive, and it's kind of a bummer to see the present day story sort of be abandoned wholesale, but I am interested to see how this rift idea develops in future games. We take it for granted now, but it's genuinely hard to believe that Assassin's Creed didn't have a dedicated crouch button in 2013, and I was there. The addition of one to Resynced really does change Black Flag's stealth dynamics, even if some layouts and soldier patrols were adjusted to accommodate that newfound freedom. Being able to duck behind cover without having to press against it to break line of sight really helps you stay hidden while scouting ahead. You also no longer have to awkwardly sprint from stalking zone to stay undetected. Something as simple as crouching allows for so many more ways to remain unseen that other, more outside-the-box ways to solve problems actually get undermined, like the so-called social stealth of blending into crowds, hiring distractions, or
Did anyone ever actually use that?
More outside-the-box ways to solve problems actually get undermined, like the so-called social stealth of blending into crowds.
I've never done that. I've never blended like that. I've always just ran from them. Because they always find you. If you run and try to blend into a crowd that's walking, they just go through the crowd and they find you anyway. What's the point?
Hiring distractions, or scattering money around on the ground. I never really thought about how little I've used these options after Assassin's Creed Unity, where the crouch was first introduced, even though they've existed in some form in almost every game since. But going back in time like this really puts this conflict of systems in stark relief.
That'll put a dent in the Templar's ranks.
Tools like darts and smoke bombs and distractions like whistles.
I
are
love the
quicker and
darts. The darts are so fun to use. I love putting enemies to sleep. It's so fun. That was probably the best part of, I mean, I played the Lorenzo collection. I think they had darts. I played one of these games that had darts in it. And the darts were like the best thing ever.
That'll put a dent.
Especially if there's two enemies.
Tools like darts and smoke bombs and
Because like if you shoot the dart and you knock one out, another enemy will walk. The other enemy, if there's two, will walk over to where they think the dart came from. And then you can assassinate them.
Distractions like whistles are quicker and easier to access thanks to Resync's modern HUD and menus. And the now series standard visibility and alert meters are better at helping you stay anonymous. These quality of life features make Edward all the craftier, but his foes have not evolved in similar ways to meet the moment. They can still see pretty far distances and will reliably be suspicious if you're not making your best effort to remain hidden. In stealth sections, especially in urban areas, guards are everywhere with lots of roaming patrols that overlap their vision areas with static sentries, which makes moving around at the right time imperative. But despite all that, it can take quite a while for them to be alerted and spring into action, and the extended time they spend in that yellow curious state makes them very easy to manipulate. Some of the stealth-based activities...
Bro's gonna have a pile of bodies right there. The wheelman's gonna be like, what the hell happened right here, man? The helmsman's gonna be like, what? What? Why is there a pile of bodies on my deck?
To manipulate. Some of the stealth-based activities like eavesdropping sequences have been updated as well. The old version of them, which required you to stick to a listenable zone of a pair of characters, had its issues. But what's replaced them in the more recent AC games, just pressing a button once you've got close enough to hear them, really dissolves any intrigue or attempt at immersion that this activity was supposed to create. The old style needed work, but I sorely miss the engagement it provided now that those sections have been replaced.
I want another game like Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was so good. I don't just want a remake, I want a whole new experience like Odyssey. Whenever I played Valhalla, I was really excited and hoping that Valhalla was going to be like Odyssey. Because you practically become a god in Odyssey. It's so good. I want another game like Odyssey so badly. I don't know why people don't like Odyssey or have never played Odyssey, but if you've never played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, oh my god, dude, when you set out, it's like an entire experience. You don't just go on an adventure, you go on like a life story, a life tale or something. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It literally does feel like the Odyssey. You end up in Hades, you end up in like a version of heaven. It's insane. It's insane. You end up in Atlantis at some point. It's so cool. You fight Medusa.
When stealth eventually fails, it's time to draw steel and brawl. To its ultimate benefit, the overhauled combat here brings Black Flag confidently into the modern era. Spamming light attack strings still makes Edward a dual-wielding dervish, but now enemies have posture bars to wear down instead of just health. Quick hits in conjunction with new heavy attack finishers empty these bars quickly.
I hate posture
most
bars.
Enemies vulnerable to instant one-button takedowns that you can chain to nearby enemies. The new parry works like the old counter button, but instead of simply displacing enemies, it breaks posture and opens them up while also keeping Edward safe. Bad guys often come in limited variety but large numbers, and most are pretty good at defending basic attacks head-on. Resync gets rid of the one-no break defenses button and gives Edward some tricks to overcome these turtles, like sweeping their legs and opening them up for a final coup de grace. Or using a powerful Odyssey-inspired kick to knock people into walls or off ledges. Quick selecting your tools.
Yo, he got strung up.
To knock people into walls or off ledges. Quick selecting your tools also lets you break a combo to simply shoot a guy directly in the face. Or rope dart a man from across the room, Mortal Kombat style.
What?
Against tougher enemies and bigger groups, or when you take advantage of the new difficulty settings to increase the challenge a bit.
Oh, so you have to fight the assassins as well.
Together to create a relatively simple but satisfying combat where each of your options feels useful and necessary for success.
Damn.
That said, fights are also less cinematic overall. I do think it was ultimately a trade-up for Resync to have the more legible and interactive combat system, but it did come at a cost. As 1700s era piracy demands, sometimes you and 30 of your friends need to get on a brig and use cannons in order to settle some of the differences with the local Imperial naval presence. Black Flag's evolution of the sailing systems introduced in Assassin's Creed 3 was always the standout part of this experience, and it's back and better in every way in Resync. Each of the 4 main ways to attack, broadside cannons, long-range mortars, sail-ripping chain shot, and explosive fire barrels, now have secondary
That's
firing
really
options
cool.
unlockable.
That's actually really cool. What? You can do that? You can just launch the barrels out the back, huh? That is really fucking cool.
Sail-ripping chain shot, and explosive fire barrels now have secondary firing options unlockable through quest rewards. I got a lot of use out of the heated shots option for the broadsides, which has a shorter attack range but is absolutely devastating in comparison to the regular round shot, thanks to its high chance to leave exploitable weak points that can be shot again with your swivel guns to pile on even more damage. Swivel guns themselves act more like the ones from Assassin's Creed Rogue, where you hold to aim your crosshairs over the target and they automatically shoot, as opposed to the more sluggish QTE prompts of the old style.
Oh, that's the one that shoots out the ball in chains, right? It's that, they had one reference to this in Pirates of the Caribbean. They had one reference to this. It's like 2 balls that are connected via chain, right? And they use it to take out a mast.
As opposed to the more sluggish QT.
You see it? You see how it's got the 2 balls and it's got the chain?
Prompts of the old style. Ships can get some brand new abilities now too, thanks to some of the new naval officers that can be recruited. These abilities are very strong, like the Shipwright's Perfect Brace, which allows you to block extra damage if you press the brace button right when an attack hits your ship. And with high enough hull armor, you might negate it completely. This was a vital addition that really helped me survive some of the hairier encounters towards the middle and end of the campaign, without having to grind money to simply over-level my way out of trouble.
But that's like the best part.
The new enemy behavior and weather effects were most apparent out on the seas as well. Spanish, English, and pirate ships fight one another on a regular basis, allying with each other in different configurations based on the situation.
Really?
Every time I saw 2
So you mean to tell me that the ecosystem in this game is so diverse that sometimes the Spanish will ally with the British to fight the pirates, and the same could be said with any of the others, like the pirates could ally with the Spanish in order to fight the British? That's insane.
Each other in
That's
different
crazy.
configurations based on the situation. And for every time I saw 2 factions trading fire, I'd see a group of ships flying the same flag traveling peacefully through the ocean. While the original Black Flag holds up well enough that it probably wouldn't have been my first pick for an Assassin's Creed remake, sailing the high seas, sending other tubs to Davy Jones' locker, uncovering ancient secrets, and asking, what does this have to do with me getting rich exactly, have made it clear that Resynced was a necessary second pass over one of the best games in the series. More than just a facelift, it also brings Black Flag's systems.
You know
and
what's funny? Hold on. I want to point this out.
And asking, what does this
That would be me if I was a pirate. I'd have like 7 guns. Bro, I'd be like that girl and Pirates that pulled out all those weapons and shit, bro. I'd have stuff stuffed everywhere. They wouldn't be able to find all the stuff I had. I'd have it in the clothing. I'd have it in the seams of the clothing. Especially those old school clothes like that.
Me getting rich
You know they have seams in there. Like, you'd be stuffing guns and knives in there everywhere, bro. Anything to get an advantage.
Second pass over one of the best games in the series. More than just a facelift, it also brings Black Flag's systems and sensibilities.
And you know
up
how
to
I know
today's
that?
standard.
Because I may be poor, but I got 3 firearms to my name. I got 3 of them hoes.
Both land and sea combat have been bolstered by new tricks that add depth and clarity to all the action. The top-tier story of the Kenway Patriarch proves it's beloved for a reason, with extra content that further fleshes out certain character moments.
And there I am, a man of quality.
Missions have been adjusted and restructured just enough to take advantage of the mostly smart updates to parkour and stealth. Even where it stumbles, like its long-standing issues with overly sticky free-running or sometimes dumb enemies, it never feels like a step backwards. As a result, there's never been a better time or better way to return to the golden age.
Hey, all right, that's an IGNW. Man, we got to give IGN some credit. IGNW.
Reviews director Tom.
They're rare, but they're still there. I.
Naval combat in Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is one of the main cornerstones of gameplay, as well it should be. You're a pirate. What'd you expect, a friendly handshake?
Bon voyage, shitbird.
Since you'll so often be engaged in combat atop the water, and there are so many
I love how the ship looks whenever it maneuvers.
Since you'll so often be engaged in combat atop the water, and there are
I love
so
how
many
it
ship
maneuvers.
mechanics to contend with.
I love the look of the ship. I do. I love how it looks. I love how it maneuvers. I really look forward to playing this.
together
I
a
haven't
guide
pre-ordered
to
it yet.
survive
If I even still can pre-order it, I'll probably get it today.
Pirating lifestyle. Here are 6 tips to help you dominate the high seas in Black Flag Resynced.
I don't think I'll play it over the week. I will probably play, if I play any games, I will most likely play them over the weekend. And the reason for that is because I don't have to edit videos for the weekend. I can just play games. I don't have to worry about getting off and editing and uploading and doing all this extra shit. I can just play the games after I get through reacting, right? So, if I were to play this game on stream, it will most likely be over the weekends.
This seems obvious, but to truly grasp naval combat, you need to fully understand your ship's weapons and how they work. And there's a lot of info to dig into. All of your weapons,
Yeah, you
other
could
than your
target weaker
auxiliary
ships. How's
weapons,
it going, Dan?
are
How's it going,
directional, meaning where
how's it
you're
going, Jim?
currently aiming automatically selects which weapon you're firing. Whether that be
Wait, whoa, hold on.
meaning where you're currently aiming, all of your weapons, other than your auxiliary weapons, are directional, meaning where you're currently aiming automatically selects which weapon you're firing.
Oh, okay. So you turn the camera to the left or right to fire the side guns, and you just keep looking straight if you want to fire the front gun. So I'd assume it's the same with the back,
side,
right?
The front or the back of the ship.
And this is actually a really good system. I like this system because your eye is always going to be on the enemy, right? So based on where the enemy is, you can just do what you need to do. I like that a lot.
Ship. The weapon prompts on the bottom left will light up depending on which
I mean,
weapon
like,
you're
obviously,
currently preparing
but-
to fire, and pressing triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox while aiming will swap you to that weapon's alternate fire if there's one available, and if you have them unlocked. Most weapons will become more accurate if you aim for longer, and you'll see the firing path narrow to denote this. There are also some weapons that only fire when you're not aiming. This won't be an exhaustive breakdown of all the weapons, but let's go over some of the most important ones you'll be using early on. Your starting front weapon is your chain shot. It has a
Bro, look at that beautiful ship. That thing is gorgeous. That's gorgeous.
50-meter range, which is important to know as you'll often be approaching far-off enemies when you first fire.
You know what's crazy? I've never been on a ship in my entire life. If I were ever to get on a ship, I would want an old sailboat like this to be my first like, you know, way out onto the ocean. Because then I could go around and say my first ship ride was on a big old sailboat, you know?
And it's primarily used to hit enemy sails and slow ships down. It fires 4 projectiles in a very
God!
So while each
Bro!
shot down, it fires
Look at all those ball
4
chains.
projectiles in a very tight grouping. So while each shot does low damage, it's pretty easy to make every shot hit. Use this weapon to cripple a ship's movement as you approach, so you can unload on them with your broadside.
You can cleave.
Use this weapon to cripple a ship's movement.
You can cleave. You can cleave. No fucking way. You can cleave ships now. I don't know if that was part of the original Black Flag, but the fact that you can cleave ships.
As you approach,
he's
so you can
totally
unload on
cleaving
them with
that
your
ship.
broadside weapons as
Oh
you
my god, let's go. I used
The
to be
front
the
weapon's
master at
secondary fire
cleaving.
is the double shot. It flies low to the water and will create more weak points in an enemy ship that you can target afterwards with your swivel gun. The bulk of your arsenal is fired from the side of your ship, and these broadside weapons are all unlocked early in the story. For me, it's easiest to think of these as comparisons to smaller guns and other shooters. The round shot, your standard volley of cannonballs, is like a mid-range all-purpose rifle. It has a 270-meter range and fires a single volley of cannonballs in a wide pattern, meaning you want to aim for an enemy's hull, as a broad target means more cannonballs will hit.
I wonder if they'll have like the Odyssey ship in here somewhere. I think that'd be really cool. I would totally equip that and use
Heated
that for a
shot
while.
is like a shorter range submachine gun. Each shot individually does less damage, but it fires many more shots than the round shot, and you can continue to adjust your aim while the weapon is firing. It also, like the round shot, has infinite ammo. The final broadside weapon is your heavy shot, and this is like a shotgun. You can't aim while firing, it'll just shoot directly to the side of your ship, but if all of the shots hit, it can do massive damage, especially after being upgraded. If an enemy tries to ram you, this is a
It kind of sucks that you can't take any of these ships and sell them, you know?
to use after bracing to take the hit.
Oh, yep, and bracing is because they're trying to cleave you and hurt you too, right? Yeah.
Your rear weapon.
So there's different kinds of ships then. So you can see the difference here. So where's it at? Let me see that ship. That
Bracing
ship right
to
there.
take the hit.
So you see this ship, how it's got that big under thing right here, right here. Look right here. It's right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I thought I had a good angle of it. Not, I guess not. Hold on. I thought I could see it better, but I guess I'm just
like
crazy.
The round shot has infinite ammo. The final broadside weapon is your heavy shot, and this is like a shotgun. You can't aim while firing.
See, like, this isn't a ship that can cleave.
It'll just shoot directly to the side of your ship, but if all of the shots hit, it can do massive damage, especially after being upgraded. If an enemy tries to ram you, this is a great weapon to use after
That little thing right there. That's how you know you can cleave with it.
upgraded. If an
Cleaving is like something where you can broadside a ship, just run right into the side of it. That's what you do. Whenever I say cleaving, I probably should have said this sooner. You ram the other ship going full speed, and you could actually like cleave it in half. You can cut the entire ship in half.
Ram you.
This thing right here.
To use after bracing.
That's how you know you can do it. You see how they just rammed them? Oh, you can see
your
it.
rear weapons are your fire
This
barrels.
you can't do it with this ship.
And then later you unlock shrapnel barrels. You can't really aim them by themselves as they launch out directly behind you, so you'll have to turn your ship to place them where you want. Fire barrels do a tremendous amount of damage, and can be manually detonated with your swivel gun, like remote mines. They are a
really
double-edged sword, however, as these barrels can be devastating to run into. Look for any small red
Don't
crosses
run
in
into
the
'em.
water, and make sure to
Bro,
detonate
this ship can literally go like 360 degrees. Like, why would you run into that?
Enemies can drop these barrels as well, so don't follow ships from behind too closely unless you want to take major hits to your hull. If your broadside weapons can be broken down into mid-range rifles, submachine guns, and shotguns, then your mortar is certainly a sniper rifle. It does heavy damage from a distance to any ship or structure within the targeting circle, but takes quite a while to reach your target, meaning you'll have to lead them by a good bit. If you fire where they're currently located, they'll probably have moved away before the projectiles reach them. Mortars are also great for attacking enemy forts, since forts can't be moved. Mortars need to be purchased once you have the ability to upgrade your ship, and it's the first thing you should buy.
Bro, you whiffed the hell out of that. We gotta talk. Hold on, wait. We gotta talk about this.
Mortars need to be
Bro, you had all day. You had all day to set that and line that up.
Also great
What the hell was that? Bro missed every shot.
Mortars need to be purchased once you have the ability to upgrade your ship.
Missed every shot.
And it's the first thing you should buy. They also
literally couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Limited ammo, so don't fire them off unless you're in a good position to do so. Your swivel gun detonates barrels in the water, and also attacks weak points opened up by other weapons. Hold R1 or the right bumper to aim the swivel gun, and it will automatically lock onto targetable ships or barrels you're aiming nearby. Anytime you see a red cross either on a ship or in the water, you should prioritize using your swivel gun.
What the hell was that?
Cross either on a ship or in the water, you should prioritize using.
What the hell is that? What is that? That has to be a
Anytime you see
glitch,
red
right?
Cross either on a ship or in the water, you should prioritize using.
That's weird.
Your swivel gun. The only exception is if one of the exploding barrels is too close to your ship, as that will heavily damage you. Make sure you spend time in your ship menu and really look at what each weapon does, the ranges at which they're most effective, and how much damage they do. This breakdown wasn't exhaustive, as you'll get some more weapons much later in the story, so keep popping back into the ship menu to increase your understanding of your arsenal. Ships are slow, and so are their weapons, so understanding distance is one of your most powerful tools. Thankfully, resyncs can provide the info you need if you know where to look for it.
But the thing is that distance doesn't matter if you can broadside a ship and cleave it in half. Like this ship right here, if you had the ability to broadside that ship, you would instantly kill it. It would instantly go under. There wouldn't even be a fight. So distance isn't all, like, I don't know why they're not talking about it.
First, you should begin naval battles by pulling up.
Maybe
your
they're not
spyglass
allowed
and
to?
marking your
I don't
primary
know.
Target. Not only will the spyglass let you know what resources that ship is carrying and how
Ooh,
dangerous
that's
they
cool.
are by star rating, it will also let you set a custom marker that automatically adjusts as you move.
That's
either
really
directly over
cool.
the ship or on the compass at the top of the screen. If you understand the range of your weapons, all of which can be found in your ship's menu on the pause screen, you can plan ahead and make much better decisions based on your distance from your enemy.
Ease the mains off the wind! Party now, my trumps! I'd not haze you!
Boarding downed ships is essential. Not only will it grant you greater resources than just sinking a ship with your weapons, it freezes the battle around you, meaning you get a chance to take down an enemy permanently and even repair your ship while surrounded by enemy vessels. It will also replenish your crew and give you the option to add a ship to your fleet. Lower your one of
You can. You can recruit the ships. That changes everything. That's cool. I like that a lot.
level or open a lockbox with valuable treasure if the ship is big enough to carry one. Basically, other than being really low on crew members, as a few can die during boarding, or just not wanting to bother spending time doing it, there's never really a reason to not board an enemy ship. It's all positives. A few boarding tips. Don't instantly swing over to the enemy ship after initiating.
Yo!
Your crew will pull you in close so you don't have to jump into the water to close the distance, and you can use this time to get on the swivel guns and blast away at a few unlucky exposed pirates or powder barrels. By the time your ships are side by side, you'll have picked a few off, and you'll probably need to just kick a few enemies into their ship's railing to unlock an instant takedown. You could also climb up their mast and cut down their flag to take a big chunk out of their morale, but make sure you take out their marksman first, as he's likely to do a ton of damage to you or even knock you off the platform.
Oh, there he is. Oh, is that going to insta-kill you? No.
Your weapons will be useless in naval combat if you're not good at controlling your ship.
It kind of makes you wonder how many pirates and like crewmen died from like falling off this platform onto the deck. Even just falling off into the water, like I feel like that'd still kill you.
The harder it is to
Especially
turn.
if you can still like, if you lay flat, you can end up killing getting yourself killed because it's like hitting pavement. If you don't
more sharply,
land just
you need to
right.
slow down or stop completely. Not looking ahead and running into a wall so other ships or forts can fire on you freely is a death sentence. Slowing down is also important for quickly getting around downed ships to position yourself to board. You need to pay attention to the wind as well.
Yo,
especially
look
in
at those sails. That's awesome.
tight quarters. If you're experiencing a crosswind, meaning it's blowing from left to right or right to left across your ship, having your travel sails fully open may blow you well off course. Or
Really?
even smash you into rocks.
Really?
Fully open may
So you have to maintain the wind as well.
especially in tight quarters. If you're experiencing a crosswind, meaning it's blowing from left to right or right to left across your ship, having your
Oh
travel
yeah, you could see it because the pirate's flag is going that way.
sails fully open may blow you well off course, or even smash you into rocks.
That's cool. I actually really like that. Oof.
And if you're sailing during a storm, you can't use your travel sails at all.
Really?
I'm your passage out of here. Quickly.
New to Black Flag Resynced are the 3 naval officers other than Adewale, 2 of whom can be unlocked fairly early on. Lucy Baldwin and Padre. Lucy unlocks the Perfect Brace ability, essentially a perfect parry for your ship. This basically negates damage completely if timed well. You'll hear a metal clanging sound. And the window for it is pretty generous, so keep an eye out.
Oh,
for
you see that ship? You saw what it was trying to do?
And the
Look,
window-
it's trying to cleave them. It's turning into them to try and run them down. You see that?
It is pretty generous.
Ooh, that's actually kind of cool. See, in Odyssey, you didn't really have to worry about that as much, but the fact that that ship is just like, there's so many of them that are trying to do that, that adds a whole nother level to like the entire combat, because that means you've got to watch out for ships that are trying to broadside you.
So keep an eye out for when projectiles are just about to hit you to save a ton of damage being inflicted. Padre teaches you a ramming ability if you have a good
There it is.
angle on your enemies and want to bring a fight in closer.
Watch, gonna kill it. Boom! You see that?
Completing the main story quest.
What'd I say? I've never even played this game, but because I played Odyssey, it just insta-killed it. Instantly dead. Not even a question. Just dead.
Completing the main story quest This Old Cove will unlock the missions to find Lucy and the Padre, and they should be completed as soon as you're able.
She'll fit right in.
We're bleeding, bastards! We'll have to deal with this skirmish fast.
Sometimes, whether it be through story reasons or you just get caught unawares, you'll need to fight off a host of ships from a less than ideal position. But if you have your choice, you should always enter an engagement with a solid battle plan. A good way to begin a naval fight is to target the enemy sails with your chain shot.
I have a better idea. Just get good. I have never played a game where I've went in with a strategy. I just don't do it. Even Baldur's Gate, but I never finished Baldur's Gate because it was turn-based.
As that will slow them way down, making
I got
them
pretty
easier
far. I got to the third act.
and keeping
I
yourself
was fighting a god, and then the god would like one-tap my team, and I was like, nah, I'm good, man. I don't want to play this
getting
anymore.
outflanked. If you're following them from behind, do not stay behind them, as you'll surely run into their fire barrels. Instead, once you've slowed them down, start drifting to either side of them, and prepare your broadside weapons so you'll be ready to fire as soon as you're in range. You'll have crippled their movement and earned free damage before they ever had a chance to fire on you. Also keep in mind that while you need to have an enemy to the side of you in order to fire your broadside weapons, that also means you're presenting the biggest target. When you're not actively firing, turn the front of your ship slightly so they can't get all of their cannonballs to hit you at once. A big target is a dead target.
That's right.
I think I'll keep her. All hands aft, lads! We're taking this one home!
If you need more help to dominate the high seas, make sure you check out
dude,
our video on the
I'm
best
probably
ship
gonna look into getting this game today. I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, if I play this game on stream, it'll probably be during the weekend. Did I look at PlayStation already? I didn't. I haven't even been at a PlayStation yet. Jesus, man. They gave us the hookup today. Nah, there was something else. There was something else on PlayStation.
Tell me, what do your kin do with their dead?
Drifting through lost we...
No. So this is, from what I understand, Soulframe is. Oh no, this isn't. This isn't that. This is Mortal Shell 2. This game looks really good. Damn. Yo, those bosses look insane. You know what? No, maybe I shouldn't, huh? I shouldn't do that. Damn it, I want to so bad, but I don't want to deal with the copyright. I don't want to. I want to, but I don't want to. The song sounds so good. Oh, he's got brass knuckles. What? I'm gonna play this too. Yo! That kind of looked like Ornstein or Smoke. August 20th. PlayStation 5. I guess this is going to be an exclusive. Damn, let's go. Yeah, this is PlayStation exclusive, guys. PlayStation exclusive. Oh, look at that. Yo. I thought there was something else that I had saw on PlayStation. Maybe not. No, I guess not. I'm not going to be able to find it. I should have pulled it off to the side. But we do have a new daily dose of the internet, so let's get it. Whoops.
These guys were too
W Daily Dose of the Internet. Check out Daily Dose of the Internet on the internet. Boom. Oh, wait. Did I... Boop. Copy. Come on. Boop. Boop. Shladoop. B.
scared to leave their car until one of them decided to make a run for it.
Let me down. Sorry, I love you. I love you. My hug?
Woo! Nope. Yo!
Sorry, I love you. I love you. My hug?
Hell no!
That's close! Are we gonna look through this? I don't even know if you should get out of the car.
Oh yeah, I love it when I decorate my whole house for 4th of July. And it's like a competition between me and the neighbor, you know what I mean? Aww.
Wait, I missed that. What?
You know what I mean? House for 4th of July. And it's like a competition between me and the neighbor, you know what I mean?
Bro got out-patrioted.
Aww.
Go hit him right in the nuts, watch. Oh! Oh! Did he do that on... I feel like he did that on purpose. I feel like he did that on purpose.
Go away! Go away!
It says hi! You want to give me some food? Food, yes? Look at that cute little face.
This guy's got a seriously impressive camera.
Dude, I bet those people are having fun on their cruise.
Oh, is that a cruise ship? It is. Oh my gosh. What?
Take this!
Yo, these robots are more like humans than I thought.
This guy has figured out how to turn his hands into a water gun.
First one is this way, and this goes really far, so we're here. And it goes like pretty far, right? I'm telling you, once you get the hang of this, you can really like snipe someone from like 10 feet away.
This is how character models are scanned for video games.
2, 1.
Well, that explains it.
2, 1.
Bro, look at all those cameras. Holy crap.
2, 1. So you can see that we're using that to digitally reconstruct.
Look at all that.
Baby.
Oh, what is that? Is that the sun?
This drone display was held in North Texas to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
America! Yo, get it. That's Texas for you, big dog. Yo! What? Yo! That is sick. What? Those are drones.
Needed to find shelter right away.
Let's go. I'd say we go buy one of these.
Oh, hold on. Let's go. Should we go to the hut there?
Yeah. I like that. Holy.
What the?
In a tornado? Bro, they going inside of an outhouse. Bro, you think a outhouse is gonna protect you? You cook.
This pet duck was sent to rescue this hen that had gotten stuck in the water.
They sent a duck to rescue a hen. Yo, W pet owner. W pet. Oh man. Look at that, guys. See, you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, and you got dinner. I mean,
you guys gonna attack me? You guys cool? Wait.
Do turkeys attack people? I don't think I've ever seen that. Maybe I'm crazy. I think they're just curious, man.
What the?
This poor little guy couldn't figure out how to get on the couch.
Oh, he's so frustrated. He's so frustrated. He's like, God damn it. He's so frustrated.
What?
That's cool.
Damn!
This police officer was looking for a shoplifting suspect and went to their home to search for them.
Hello, how are you? You okay? Is here? No. Can we come and have a look? Has he been round here at all? Hello. How are you, mate?
He thought he was filming a really cool 360 cam video.
The hell?
This guy made some art at Wimbledon using a typewriter.
Oh, I've seen these before. Yeah, there are people that are making art using typewriters now. I've seen this. It's really cool.
I don't know what the f***'s going on here. The world's fastest
What is that?
Elephants are so smart that they knock down trees so that they can get to food that would normally be out of reach.
God dang, bro. The strength that you have to just uproot a tree like that. That's insane. Holy. God. Yo! Is that what they use?
Candyman. For $80, you have to say his name 5 times. Candyman. Candyman.
This guy sounds like Joe from Medea.
Candyman. Candyman. Mm-hmm. Candyman.
He's gonna bust. He's gonna fall, dude. That's really cool, but oof, I don't know, man. Oh, he didn't fall. I'm surprised.
Oh!
What? Yo, what? Made it in.
This guy captured a video of when they reached the summit of Mount Everest.
That's insane.
On top of the world. Why do I Google convenience store and this is where I came? How am I?
Why does it have a fire hydrant? Yo, what even is that?
I'm gonna get a bev, bro. Fam, they're using a boat. So what do I even do in this situation?
We're trying to pump gas into the car and it's giving us an ad. And we can't pump gas. It's not working.
Yo, it's not stopping. I think yo.
I've seen that. I've actually seen that. They're putting ads on gas pumps now, so you have to sit through the ad before it starts pumping gas.
Yo, it's not stopping. I think yo.
Yo, that's hilarious.
With all your family. Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, my brother.
One of my subscribers sent me this video where it looked like the propellers on the plane they were on weren't moving.
That's creepy.
Listen here, young man. This means you are officially a junior officer. And if I need your backup, guess what? You're up, soldier.
Uncle, can I have some? Can I have some?
Oh, he wants some water?
I need it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
This old guy still got it.
Both shows.
Is he gonna try to stand up? Oh! He's gonna try to stand up. Hey!
Hi, my name is Michael, and I'll be working on your piece of garbage today. I know you really wanted to check why your AC is not working, and that's your complaint, but my complaint would be, why are you driving around like this? What?
Oh man, what was even the point? She got to get washed away. Yep.
I think she needs a stronger pair of glasses.
Oh man, you can't really. Yes, those are alligators. You still sticking the tongue out.
That is not an alligator.
Shut the front door. Those are boats. Huh?
Those are not alligators. That's cool. What? That's insane.
Okay. There he goes.
What is that?
Yeah,
No, it's a bird. Oh. Went immediately right back into the store.
I can't believe he didn't close it behind him.
Most helpful gate.
Do it.
I would not be able to get through without that gate.
Hey, yo, but why are my pepinos hella sad?
That's funny.
Yo.
There's so many of them. They're so sad.
I work in a hair salon, and my coworker told me her customer said, I don't know how to explain the hair I want, so I'm going to draw you a picture. This is what the lady drew her. Ready?
Well, you know, I guess it starts from somewhere, right? Trying to see outside.
My fiance's mom's house. Everything's branded. Where do you want to sit? Oh, honey, the porch. Oh, honey, here's the porch. Where am I?
The bathroom.
I'm in the bathroom.
Kikiriki, 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 kikiriki. Bravo!
Welcome to.
They used recyclable plastic instead of fireworks due to the fact that the area they live in is prone to wildfires.
Oh, so they did bubble wrap. That's funny, dude. That's pretty clever. That's really clever, actually.
Thank you so much.
There we go. No, you gotta have voice, girl.
So I discovered something really cool. I'll put this down. My trash door plays the first couple notes from the Jurassic Park theme song.
What? Oh my god, I hear it. I actually hear it.
That's wild. What did you order? What did you order?
Cheese.
You ordered cheese and chips. The chips and the cheese. Go on, put it on there.
This poor guy can't figure out why this isn't helping.
Yeah? Is that how that works? Is that how that works?
Zero validity, zero salability.
I don't even know what the hell that was. That was just weird. Oh, it's a little balloon doggy.
How did he even fall asleep like that?
What?
How did he even fall asleep like that?
Yo! Oh my god, that dude's gonna wake up with a hell of a neck ache. Bro, oh man. Oh.
What you doing, little feller? First day in the world, how you liking it? Yeah, same here.
Oh, look at him go. Yo, if I get a waiter that doesn't do that, then you know, they're not getting a tip. All the waiters should know how to do that. I'm kidding, by the way. That's what's up.
Hey, what's up, man? How can I help you?
Doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm Nathaniel. Whoa! Don't take me with you. I'm responsible.
Let me just lean back real quick. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Birder here. Herder here, birder.
I think he forgot to apply the brake.
The hating.
Lang.
This should be a lesson about not judging a book by its cover.
Sun-kissed. Oh, he got it. That's funny.
Excuse me, what's your name?
Aaron.
Aaron? Nice to meet you, Aaron. Attention, everyone! It's my friend Aaron's birthday! On the count of 3. Woo!
That's messed up, bro. That's messed up.
On the count of 3, let's sing him a happy birthday! 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you!
I guess it's a good job he's confident in his own work.
Is it secure enough? You want to see if I can hang on it? I don't need to hang on it. I can just sit on it.
That is insane. The fact that he's up there, man, you know he put that in the right places, man.
I can just crouch on it. Matter of fact, I'll sleep on the TV mount. This TV ain't going
Nowhere, baby!
The International Space Station captured this incredible footage of the Independence Day fireworks.
Oh, that's really cool. Uh-oh. Oh, they look almost the exact same. What the hell?
Sean, who's this? Mommy. That's not mommy. That's
Damn. Damn. Well, there it is, huh?
Shrek. That's Shrek. You know that's Shrek. Who's this? Who is that? Mommy. Okay.
Thanks so much for watching. Just a heads up, I did make an entire YouTube channel dedicated just to science videos, Daily Dose of Science.
Yo, www, Daily Dose of the Internet. Bloop. So, Reckless Ben did make a video, but it's not the video you think. Oh, here we go. Let me see. Let me just refresh the page right quick. Hold on. Let me just refresh the page.
1 month ago.
Hold on, Reckless Ben. I don't think anything else news come up. Legal Nick. I hate that I'm gonna have to like. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's posted the video yet. All he has is this, so we'll watch this and then move on.
1 month ago, I was wrongfully silenced.
I am no longer allowed to even mention this mystery company.
But today, I got my freedom of speech back.
I had my freedom of speech back.
I do think that it's really weird that he's posting this video even though he claimed that he had already finished editing and everything for the other video. I don't know why he just wouldn't post the other video.
Baby, I can say whatever I want. I can say bricks and minifigs sucks. I can say bricks and minifigs still hold people. And look, I just said it. I'm not in jail, which is sick. We got our First Amendment right back. Yeah.
Episode 3 is live right now on Patreon, so check it out. If you don't want to subscribe to Patreon, then you can always just wait until it's on YouTube in a couple days, but it's live.
Oh, so what you're saying is that you don't really care, you just want to make money off of it. That's crazy. Huh, okay. That's interesting. That's kind of fucked up, but
Xbox has been in the whirlwind of a humiliation ritual laid bare before us for the better part of 6 years, I would say. Like, going strong on 6 years. They haven't been in a good spot since the Xbox One fumble, that iconic blunder. But I think it's really gotten extraordinarily bad for them when they started to overextend and gluttonously gobble up every studio they could get their grubby paws on, with the whole idea being, let's get back to our former glory the only way we know how. Games. All these studios, unlimited games, but then no games. And now we find ourselves in the present day where even with all of those studios, Xbox has produced about as much quality as my ass does. And now...
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Asha, the new CEO here, is making
Dude,
changes.
she has been cleaning house at Xbox. She has caused the rapture at Xbox.
It's a fucking bloodbath. So, she has announced that there are 3,200 layoffs coming to Xbox, with 1,600 happening immediately.
And they even said the reason for it was there's too many levels of management, straight up. And you know what? They're right.
Over time, the remainder will also sail off into the sunset. It's rough. I feel really bad for a lot of the people that are getting laid off here. I understand that there needed to be a change, but holy shit, that is a pretty drastic swing there. And Asha did post the entire email that she had sent publicly, which I appreciate the transparency at least, so we get to take a peek behind the curtain to see what's going on. I don't think there's any surprise that there's drastic changes coming to Xbox because it's been in such a shameful, pitiful state. It's no secret.
Yeah,
Even
it's
before
crap.
Asha, Phil Spencer wasn't exactly shy about lamenting the state of Xbox. There were multiple interviews where he would just openly, publicly say, yeah, we lost the console wars. Drats. Am I right? Jiminy Christmas, where did it all go?
Well, they did, though. They did. Like, you got to be coping real hard if you think Xbox won anything. I tell you why Xbox lost the console wars. It's because their exclusives are crap. That's why. Well, I mean, not Gears, but the recent Halo game, other than the newer one, was just bad.
Wrong. Like, they have just, it's just been a constant cheese touch with Xbox. So now Asha's making significant changes here. I think the number of jobs that are being cut is higher than most expected. I didn't think it would be fucking 3,200. That is a substantial amount. But I was also expecting...
It's going to be a lot more than that. It could be a lot more than that.
Studio closures. But just like my growth spurt, that shit didn't happen. Somehow there were no studios being just outright shut down, taken behind the barn. Double Fine and Compulsion are returning to their founders, so they're going to be going to independent. Ninja Theory, makers of Sinwa, who were just prominently shown at the Xbox showcase, they have been sold, as well as Undead Labs, the developers of State of Decay, which State of Decay...
Yeah, you want them to be sold. I mean, that's what you want, because they're going to be taken under a company that's going to deal with them probably for their first game that they're going to make, right? And then if it's bad, then they're probably going to get canned. That's going to be it for them.
3 also was just showed at the Xbox showcase. They have been sold as well. And so both of these studios are going to be able to continue to operate and finish those projects under new management. And Double Fine and Compulsion going independent. So none of them got shut down. And there was another studio,
not yet, anyway,
Arcane, who, according to Asha's statement, the management is beginning required consultation with its work council to review potential strategic options. So they are also exploring a buyer, as I understand it. So somehow, the studios that we knew were like on the chopping block and everyone was expecting to get shut down, just fucking banished to the Shadow Realm, they made it past the Rapture, which I didn't expect at all. I don't think even God expected that. Without a doubt, this is the best possible outcome. This, it might not be the fairy tale and they lived happily ever after type ending, but this is by far the best that...
Well, it's not over yet. If they get sold off to companies and the companies are foreign, these foreign companies aren't going to deal with their BS. Like, they will fire everybody on the team and get brand new people or shut down the studio altogether and take the games for themselves. They will do that. Like, these guys aren't messing around anymore. These guys, like, the development studios that have been sold off and bought by these other companies, they are so close to the edge of being shut down completely that they should just be thinking every day that they still have a job. Because it's probably not going to be long as if they keep making crap games.
You could have asked for out of this situation. They still get to continue their projects. They still get to continue to operate. All of the studios avoided just outright closure, no shutdown. And Xbox's statement on it is pretty solid. It does seem like they took careful consideration and worked hard to ensure that these studios get to continue to operate and exist past Xbox purgatory. Since this is an Asha statement, since 2018, we have aggressively expanded our studio portfolio while the number of games created each month across studios. It is neither possible nor desirable to own every great independent studio. We have also learned that we are not the best home for every type of studio. In a typical year, we lost 64 cents for every dollar we invested. As we reset Xbox, we will help independent creators succeed by providing open development tools and audiences to realize their vision. Just openly talking about how this strategy was a failure. This shit was a Morbius level flop from them. It was the fucking new Coke here. It didn't work.
Yep.
They were losing oodles of clams.
Well, that's what happens when you hire a bunch of people out of college that just want a job instead of the passion to make games. Like, the people that were being hired didn't go to college and do that because they had a passion to make games. They did it because they wanted to push social agendas. That's why they did it. I mean, that's why they all lost their jobs
on it.
And they're still losing. There's still more, but they're going to be losing their jobs
They
soon, I'm sure.
recognized that they weren't even really the right home for these type of studios. That just wasn't a good fit. And Asha talks very openly about how unhealthy their business is. Their shit's got the suds, man. Like, they have been limping through the games industry for almost a decade now, I would say. So Asha talks about how they're operating at margins that are 3 to 10 times lower than comparable platform and publishing businesses, and that they entered with a smaller install base and higher cost structure. Their plan was to go all in on Game Pass. Like, they bet pretty heavy. They threw the kitchen sink at Game Pass to get a lot of people on board there, to bring tons of value and get customers in the door there as part of like their core business model. And it just hasn't been delivering on the outcome they were hoping for. And now the industry facing the most severe hardware crisis in its history, she says they have to reset Xbox. Which again, I don't think anyone out there is flying to the back of their chair. Whoa, what do you mean? That came out of nowhere. They had been in a terrible spot for a long time now.
Well, they just didn't have a CEO that was going to be willing to do what it takes to bring the company back into the positive. That's the issue. They needed somebody that was going to be the face of the firing squad. So that way, whenever they're done firing all these people, they can probably get another CEO in. That's most likely what's going on here, is that they brought her in just to fire a bunch of people, and then she's going to be out the door, and they're going to get another CEO in. That's literally what her job is going to be.
The writing's been on the wall, and in her statement, she actually mentioned something I found very interesting, saying, in some parts of the company, work passes through as many as 14 layers of management.
There it is. There it is, right there. There it is.
What in tarnation? Holy shit, there's less layers to fucking Fort Knox. What the fuck? Jeepers. Our platform teams are 40% larger than they were at the start of this generation, even as our player base and playtime has declined. That complexity has slowed decisions, blurred accountability, and made it harder to deliver for players. As we reset Xbox, we will simplify. We will reduce management layers to no more than 5, and where possible 3. We will deliver success through a flatter organization that is built around makers, individual contributors focused on building, player coaches, leaders who remain deeply involved in the work while developing their teams, and directly responsible individuals who own key decisions and outcomes. And we will streamline how we work across our tools with a cleaner code base, shared services, and 50% reduced vendor spend. 14 layers of roundabout, reach around, boot scoot and boogie bureaucracy that's unfathomable. No wonder fucking nothing got pooted out at any point. It seems like everything would just get stuck in that pipeline, because that is beyond convoluted and messy. I don't know. I don't understand how they even let it get to that point. Like, this seems like so much mismanagement. And I've been looking at a lot of the teams that have been impacted here. We're going to go through that in a moment. But it does seem that a lot of positions that have been cut here in the initial 1600 have been middle management positions, I believe, which, assuming this is accurate, which I imagine it is, I don't think she'd come out here and just tell a fib. I don't think she'd just go on the internet and lie here. You know, Arthur taught us that. I feel like that's pretty understandable then, to get rid of a lot of like middle management roadblocks and like some of the studio that produces games, which is the biggest shortcoming for Xbox that everyone has pointed to for the longest time. The reason Xbox has ended up as such a bad joke is because they don't have games.
Yeah.
And when they do squeak out a game from their butt cheeks,
They're crap, and they're just multiplayer crap.
it's something most people don't want.
Yep.
It's like very niche. But id Software is producing games that people want. Doom the Dark Ages isn't my favorite Doom. I didn't like it as much as Eternal nor 2016, but it was still about all like the layers that they need games that people actually want.
Yeah.
Id delivers those games. Why would that be in any way something that they'd look at and be like, all right, this is a blemish here. We gotta put some cream on it. Let's clear this up. Get rid of half of the fucking id Software team. I just don't think that's steering the ship in the right direction. Another one is the ESO team. The Elder Scrolls Online team apparently has been completely vaporized here. They got fucking...
We saw that nasty, disgusting new trailer they made. Good. How do you have so many people and you're making trailers that look like they're from like a 2001 TV show? No. Get rid of them.
De-atomized. They took huge hits. And
Good.
I recognize
it's
ESO
garbage.
isn't the most popular MMO on the planet,
No,
but it
it's
is
garbage.
still a relatively healthy MMO with a pretty strong community, and it keeps people engaged in the Xbox ecosystem. It like everyone's chasing this white whale of live service games, and now I imagine it's probably going to wither and die. I don't think you're going to be able to keep an MMO alive after gutting 50% of the team that works on it. And from
that
what I've
MMO
seen,
was
some of those were
garbage
very
anyway.
high-level positions.
I don't know who the hell plays ESO online. It's garbage. It's trash. I wanted Skyrim. I wanted a Skyrim 2 or something. Instead, they made that crap.
There. So I think this is them trying to just basically put the pillow over its head and let it go peacefully.
Exactly.
And slowly. Which, again, I don't think is really going in the right direction. But good news, though, Minecraft and Candy Crush...
The thing is that whether people like it or not, the MMORPG or massive multiplayer games, that era is done. Because people are scared that they're just going to get rug pulled like it's a cryptocurrency scam. Whenever you do nothing but make multiplayer games that end up shutting down a week later after people have spent like hundreds of dollars on the game, yeah, people aren't going to be so wise to invest money into it, especially when there's no consumer protection laws.
Crush looking to be a big priority for Asha going forward. Yeehaw, that's what Xbox gamers are looking for. More Candy Crush! Yippee! Let's go! Not surprising, Minecraft and mobile game slop factories are cash cows. Like, that shouldn't be a surprise, but it's still not, like, exciting to see.
Hey, it's something.
Anyway, though, I do think most of the problems stemmed from upper-level positions, leadership positions.
And they just said that they got rid of a lot of leadership positions. They literally just said that.
Those are the jobs that I really think need to be more often the ones that are looked at first on the chopping block. Because for some reason, there's this refusal to admit the obvious. It's mainly their fucking fault. And I hate to keep using this example, and it's not even...
it's not the workers' fault. In a situation where it's a job like that, like, the workers are the ones that do all the labor. They're actually the ones that produce the game, right? It's management that is steering them in a direction that is piss poor. And he's right about that. But the thing is that they did announce that it had a lot to do with management. Like 14 levels of management. Yeah. And they addressed that.
Soft or anything, but I think it is just such a strong example. Concord. That was a fucking terrible idea, dead on arrival. That was a just stillbirth that had no...
Wasn't that a PlayStation exclusive?
Chance.
I don't think that's... Was Concord PlayStation exclusive? No, it wasn't. Okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was.
Everyone knew that, but they greenlit that idea. They went hog wild on that idea, heavily invested hundreds of millions into that idea, and put the developers on that task. The people that actually worked on it were not the ones that pitched it. It wasn't their idea or anything. It's their job. They were tasked with working on that piece.
Yeah, there's no passion to make a game that nobody wants to make. Like, you have to, like, what they need to do is bring in independent people that have game ideas, kind of like Shark Tank. That's what they should do. Have like a Shark Tank for games. And they should allow people that want to develop a game that don't have the funding to go there. And then what they can do is pitch the idea of the game. And if the people, if Xbox likes the idea for it, they can put that person in a lead position and give them the funding they needed. And effectively make them like a CEO over the project, right? It would be a great idea. It really would be. It'd be a fantastic idea.
Shit. And as is so often the case, when shit like that inevitably fails, the people that made the idea and put the developers on that task, diverted all the resources to their idea, are the ones that get away without getting laid off for some reason. So that then they can continue to just snowball and just make trash after trash after trash.
But the thing is that they said that the problem was the 14 layers of management, which you could assume there were people that were laid off that were part of that management. Are you like, man, Charlie is just, he's something else.
Business owner decided to make a 20-plus part series about her nightmare roommate in New York City, and ended up going viral for all the wrong reasons. And this is even though she managed to raise a few $1,000s in GoFundMe. But I guess what she described the whole ordeal as traumatizing made people go, okay, wait a second, what actually happened? And when people started figuring out what was actually happening, the backlash outweighed the support. And I guess ever since then, she's been laying low on her social media, especially now that her old roommate Marlon and her best friend have weighed in with posts of their own, recounting the experiences and essentially telling EK, the subject of today's video, that she really needs to start looking for a job. And that should apparently be a priority rather than running to social media.
A sublet I met about a month ago made a 30-part TikTok series about me, and I want to address a few things.
And this, honestly, from what I've seen of it, is a cautionary tale about oversharing online, and how more often than not, it can actually lead to you really just hurting yourself more than anything. Because I guess you could argue, at least in the moment, it feels good to have people in your community, I guess, help you with some support and so on, but once your video breaches the containment zone into the World Wide Web, which videos inevitably do if they are potent enough, and you then risk the narrative being completely flipped. And there's a very real risk of that happening, and in this case, it absolutely did. And because of that, the narrative got 100% flipped. So now
the narrative got flipped probably because she's just a bad person. I mean,
essentially, a whole bunch of people are just dunking on her. Okay, so to go from the start, this all started back at the end of May, when EK, known online as Cozy Grocery, came online on her fire escape and announced that she's been blindsided by her roommate and was kicked out at the end of June.
24 hours ago, I was told by my current roommate that I was getting kicked out at the end of June.
So obviously, this was a good hook. People were like, okay, what happened here? And EK is a self-described artist that has been living in New York for a little bit over a year. Her full-time job is making cat worry stones, which I guess is a sensory fidget thing.
Hi, my name is EK, and I make worry stones out of polymer clay. I'm a full-time artist in New York City, and I've been living here for the last year.
She apparently also had a video on them go sort of viral on TikTok and Instagram, and ended up finding a little bit of success selling her worry stones, and decided to make that her full-time job. So she says that for the last year and a half, she's been bouncing around from sublet to sublet just trying to find a home.
Sacrificed a lot of stability for this.
None of this last year has been easy for me. I have lived in 5 different sublets, just bouncing around, trying to find home.
Which I can imagine is only extremely frustrating. Unfortunately, however, after 6 sublets, it looked like she was about to be out of a place to stay once again. So 6 sublets in like a year, that's a lot of moving. And according to EK, it was all because of her evil roommates. So she began a story saying that she was being kicked out, but then detailed a bunch of little things her roommate was apparently doing to make her feel uncomfortable and policed.
And it felt like she started policing me over things that were so elementary. I'm about to turn 30. This person is mid-20s, but acting like they're in high school. She would not allow me to store things on the top 2 shelves in the cabinet because it, quote, stresses her out. When I moved in, I had a different dish rack than her, the one that has walls on this side. She just had a flat dish rack where she would just kind of awkwardly and haphazardly pile up the dishes. And I was like, hey, I've got this other dish rack. Would you be open to us giving it a try? Immediately, she shut it.
Which is interesting because at the time she was
like, you don't have to live with somebody and live with somebody. You can live independently from somebody staying there. Why don't you use your own dish rack? You could wash your own dishes. Like, that doesn't really, that immediately is a red flag to me. It's like, not everybody else in the apartment has to live by your rules. You can just have another dish rack. It's not, it doesn't have to be, you can get your own dishes. Like, what?
Also posting videos about how she could finally let her nervous system rest at this current apartment.
This is my room, and oh, she's beautiful. And because I feel so safe and happy here, my nervous system is at rest for the first time in years. And so I'm able to finally notice things that I've otherwise overlooked.
Regardless,
something tells me that she probably had a job when she originally moved in there. And then she quit her job while she was supposed to be paying rent. Probably hasn't paid rent in a while. Can't sell those dinky little rocks because nobody wants them. and is, you know, obviously in a lot of trouble now.
Focused on things like them having different dish racks. But ultimately, she says that she reached out to talk about communication, and this is when she found out the roommate was looking for a new roommate to join the lease once EK's sublet was up.
This is exactly what I said. I have nothing to hide. She immediately came back with this, announcing that she was still looking for someone else to live with her. This is the first that I'm hearing of this. I thought everything was fine.
Now, this is important and will come up later, but EK was subletting and knew that her lease was up in June. She says there was a verbal agreement, but they would re-sign in July together, but ultimately that's never a guarantee with being a sublet. At the end of the first video, she teases the fact that she spoke with the previous roommate that she replaced, and I guess it explains so much, and then announced that she would be dropping part 2 tomorrow.
I got some tea from the girl who lived before me, and it gave so much context into some intuition that I had about my roommate, as well as what my role was in this scenario. Okay, here we go.
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't tease part 2 unless I thought part 1 was actually going to get people talking and asking for more. So she's clearly trying to drive engagement and I guess people to follow so they don't miss it. Who knows? Maybe she's trying to plug her little her fidget toys. But this is one of the big reasons why I think EK is facing so much backlash, because she's trying to make a whole spectacle out of this. Because I guess it's one thing
mooching off of her to food, and I find
EK wasn't going to let her mooch.
The person who lived here before me, she did not realize how much this roommate was mooching off of her. She would cook for them often, clean up after the girl. When I moved in, I feel like she is going to expect us to share food. And I find out that she used to share food with the roommate before me. And so when she found out that I wasn't...
You just put down ground rules. You'd be like, no, I'm not going to cook for you. I'm going to cook for myself. You'll have to do your own meals. You'll have to clean up after yourself. That's not complicated. And if it gets really bad, just have your own dish set, have your own plate, your own fork, and your own pan. I mean, for fuck's sake, you're the one that's moving around with, like, do you not have these things automatically? Like, even homeless people have this stuff. Like, what is this? It's a bunch of these grown-ass children that are just going around everywhere expecting everybody to wipe their asses. It's so annoying.
Going to be sharing my food with her. I think that must have been when it shifted.
Basically, she doesn't want to share food or do her roommate's dishes, which, I mean, I guess is fair, but also, if you're hoping to get along and get a lease permanently, arguing over small stuff like that won't help you. Also, I feel like most people have had roommates before. Some days you just do the heavy lifting, and other days, your roommates do the heavy lifting for you. That's just life. Regardless, while EK has been sharing screenshots throughout these first 2 posts, they're mostly just regular roommate stuff. And I'm sure most people have had these awkward confrontations with roommates that don't see eye to eye, especially in any major city.
It's like, are we for real? Did I do something that offended you? Because I really want to stay. I'm very happy here.
But apparently part 3 is where EK actually starts to show the receipts of her roommates flip-flopping and on whether she's going to be moving out or not. And at this point, a lot of people are on her side.
So I was like, when were you going to tell me this? Because until I texted you, this is the first I'm hearing about it. Funniest thing was her just being like, well, it's not set in stone. You know, I'm just looking. I was like, oh, but it has to be. It has to be set in stone. I could have been a week out from thinking that we were re-signing and, oh, surprise, actually not going to be living here anymore. I was like, I've been through this multiple times. I started looking for a new place in March.
Because to be fair to her, if you were under the assumption that you were going to be re-signing, it would absolutely sting to find out that not only are you going to not re-sign, but you also have to find a new place to live. But also that your roommate straight up dislikes your personality enough to where you have to vacate after a month. So does it warrant bringing all this online? I don't know. I don't think so.
No, it really doesn't. It really doesn't.
So, but things start getting a little murky in the text when the roommate starts offering for EK to stay, and instead she'll leave and find both a new roommate and also a new apartment.
Ewan said she thought you were cool. I get this text. What if you stay instead and I leave? I was so shocked at how quickly she folded.
Okay, so what's going on here then? Regardless, unfortunately,
that's weird.
EK continues talking about her roommate's toxic behavior, again, insinuating that she's unhealed and that's why
it sounds to me like this other person just doesn't want to deal with her. It sounds to me like the only toxic person here is the one sitting on the balcony talking shit about another person that's supposed to be her roommate. That's what it sounds
acting
like.
The way that she is. Also, I hate when people just use therapy speak to like
so powerful and magnetic, and I have been told by
Oh, I don't want to hear that shit.
Roommate to fill my room here. She wanted to talk in person. I said no. I'm not comfortable with that, and I have every right to say no. So she sends this text. Just so we're clear, my plans aren't finalized yet, and if I stay, we're not renewing. Like, no shit.
Okay, remember, like, this roommate is the one on the lease, so it's ultimately her choice what happens. But EK remains firm in her opinion that the roommate is doing this intentionally to F with her peace. What?
I think she's doing this intentionally to with my going to be staying. That really sucks because she confirmed in writing that she was leaving. I'm like, I don't think you can just change your mind like this, especially after you emailed management. I'm talking with the landlord.
You can break the lease. You just pay a fee. It's just a fee, and then you leave. It means that you're so toxic that you made this lady run from this apartment in under a month. She literally packed up, paid the fee, and was like, I'm out.
Trying to figure out tenant rights.
Holy
It's
crap.
turned into a whole thing, and it did not need to be.
Okay, I get that EK is annoyed when her roommate confirmed that she would be leaving and then changed her mind. Obviously, using the word confirm when you're not actually sure, that's going to upset the other person. But it's also insanely ironic to say it turned into a whole thing it didn't need to be when EK was the one who brought it up on social media. But keep in mind, all of this has happened within a week or so. Like, it wasn't a month of the roommate going back and forth. It was
2 weeks. 2 weeks. So 2 weeks this lady moved in, and the environment was so toxic that the lady's ready to break the lease and get the hell out of Dodge.
Potentially what, like 10 days or something like that? This is still June 8th, meaning EK has the rest of the month to try and figure things out. And of course, days go by, but the arguments that EK continues to showcase are more about them communicating.
Said that I was too stern in my text, and I was like, how? Because I am just talking logistics. She's wanting to have some heart to heart, be vulnerable as a woman. I'm just asking for photos so I can make a listing. I think she's doing this intentionally.
Okay, I think it's time to start looking for a new living situation. Like, put down TikTok and open Zillow or something. Obviously, I don't blame this girl for trying to avoid texting EK considering she's posting all of their screenshots online. What? But finally, on June 15th, it was decided that EK was going to be the one to stay if she qualified.
And I've heard from the landlord, not her, that she is now leaving once again, and I have 24 hours to find a new roommate to take her place in order to keep the place for myself.
And I guess everything really popped off when EK found a new roommate and applied for the lease herself instead as a subletter, and this is when everything really hit the fan.
Landlord now for the last 48 hours because they were like, you need to find a roommate in less than 24 hours, or you need to find a personal guarantor in order for you
Oh my God. Move the microphone away from your freaking mouth. It doesn't need to be that close. Holy shit.
place for yourself. And I'm like, you didn't even let me know 2 weeks
Put a pop filter on it, dude. Like,
ago if I was going to be able to stay or not. And I've just been sitting here emailing y'all every day, trying to get a response on things. And now y'all want to be rushed. And so I did the impossible. I found a roommate in less than 24 hours. I interviewed one person through FaceTime and just trusted my gut. She submitted her stuff and they were like, okay, we need you to resubmit. I was like, why? I submitted 2 months ago and y'all approved me. So I submit and they're now like, you guys make under the income that you need. And I'm like, what the do you mean? I did the math. We make over the amount. Also, I've been here for 2 months and I've been paying rent on time. That should amount for something.
Turns out the landlord was raising the rent and EK didn't have the income to qualify.
I'm on the brink of losing my housing and I don't know what to do anymore. I was given 24 hours to find a new roommate and I wound up finding someone, which was really great. I warned her up front that leave if this is too much. The drama has been stupid. She did wind up backing out and I reassured her. I was like, there are no hard feelings. I don't wish this stress on anyone. I'm now facing this final week by myself.
On her art.
I don't have like all of the words memorized, but he was
and then you can fully rely on that. But until then, you're just going to be torturing yourself by jumping from sublease to sublease. But people are also pointing out the fact that she's a transplant crying about the very common experience of struggling to find stable housing in New York. Because again, New York is like one of the most expensive cities in the world. It is a massive privilege to be able to live there, especially in a good area there. And very few people actually have the income to be able to do so comfortably. But regardless, EK made a GoFundMe so she could pay the total rent herself if it came to that, and ended up making a few thousand videos, basically just making fun of the situation and telling EK that she doesn't owe her anything.
A sublet I met about a month ago made a 30-part TikTok series about me, and I want to address a few things. We're gonna keep it short and straight to the point because 30? I genuinely don't know how any of this is my fault. You started subleasing a few weeks ago. A sublease is temporary by definition, meaning I don't owe you shit. You are not entitled just because you moved in. I feel like I gave you plenty of notice and time to make arrangements so that when you re-sign the lease, you won't be stressed out. You even admitted that you found someone within a day. The real issue is that the rent increased and now you need to qualify for the lease yourself. And that is not my problem.
Now, okay, I have to admit,
that's what happens whenever you move. Yeah, exactly.
That it sort of seems like with the ending and jokes that she is more trying to capitalize on the situation for her own social media, and I don't really blame her.
What sucks is that you made 30 videos about me consecutively, wishing bad upon me, saying I'm getting karma, calling me names, calling me out of my name. I don't even know you, babe, and you don't even know me. I just met you a month ago.
So, I mean, hey, it's fair game. If someone's blasting you online for social media gain, you might as well blast them back for some social media gain.
People have asked you multiple times, why don't you get an actual job? And your response is always, I'm an artist. There is plenty of artists in New York City that still have regular jobs because they know rent needs to be paid at the end of the day. And instead of finding a job, you decide to basically scream, call me out of my name, say that I am a nightmare roommate, blaming me for not wanting to re-sign the lease with you.
What really kind of sucks about this is that she could actually be sued for defamation for doing that. Because the thing is like, if you can't find a roommate because she sat there and blasted on social media that you were a bad roommate, it would make finding a roommate almost impossible. So,
which is crazy. I feel like
it's kind of like the same thing with not being able to find a job because someone said that you essayed them, you know?
A GoFundMe that said, I can't afford rent right now, that's one thing. But because you switched the
I
narrative...
feel like you would be able to sue somebody for defamation for that. I feel
and basically stated, you are trapped in a traumatized, abusive situation with your roommate because I'm choosing to leave is completely different.
And not to mention, I mean, she is correct by saying sublets are temporary by definition, and she doesn't owe EK anything since, you know, she's not on the lease. But this doesn't invalidate the fact that she did flip-flop in the screenshots, and she doesn't seem to want to address that. Like, telling someone that they have to leave and then changing your mind and going, actually, you stay, actually, no, I'm leaving. I mean, that would be infuriating to anyone. But then things got even worse when Marlon's friend made her own video about the whole situation that was more or less a dunk fest on EK.
A 30-year-old woman has been having a public meltdown on TikTok for a month because my best friend decided not to re-sign her lease so that she could move in with me. And this woman has somehow convinced a bunch of people to give her thousands of dollars by lying.
You know, she slammed her art, the GoFundMe, the fact that she wasn't from New York, and her unwillingness to work.
A few weeks ago, Marlon finds a place in Manhattan with me and officially tells EK, like, hey, I'm gonna be leaving. EK starts to crash out because they don't have a job, they sell keychains, and they don't have, like, the base stubs needed to qualify for an apartment. So she started a GoFundMe claiming the landlord is evil and that my friend put her in a horrible, traumatizing situation, although all my friend did was say, I'm moving out. Started a GoFundMe saying my landlord is an evil slumlord. The landlord is like, hey, can you maybe qualify for the apartment? Like, hey, could you please send me a pay stub perchance? Like, the evil slumlords trying to remove me from my city. Your city? Baby, me and you both were from Georgia.
And all of this just continued to turn the tides further on EK. But since then,
man, there's nothing like
no one really needed to know about, but
internet drama. Two women going, what the hell is this? Why is this up here twice? Internet slop-a-rooski. If I had known that it was going to be something that
Sneeko to be deported. What's going on with Sneeko?
Allahu Akbar! Oh no! Oh no! Fuck you! This is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim. Welcome to Mamdani's New York. You see this city? You see how it looks? Inshallah, your city looks just like this too.
Man, that's
Isn't
crazy.
he from, like, I know that Hassan's from Turkey. Is he even from America? I don't even think Sneeko's from America. Is Sneeko from America? Is Sneeko from America? Oh my god, dude. There it goes. Let's see. Yeah, it says that he is. I'm kind of surprised.
Easy. I don't know why you say that and do that stuff, because it's just going to make people mad. I'm going to give like maybe a hot take. I don't think that you can have two dominant religions inside of one country. Is there historically any instance of when that's happened that it wasn't with
it turned out like every single time it just turned into a massive war.
A lot of people getting killed?
Yeah.
Crusades? I think people died in those. If I were Palestinian desperately seeking Western sympathy so my people stopped getting slaughtered, and I saw Muslims like Sneeko boasting about wanting to conquer the world online, I'd probably just fall into a pit of despair and kill myself. I do think this is true. I think that the aggressive, huge ego that these people have, I think people don't have a problem.
A lot of them haven't even been converted. A lot of them have moved here and have had children that are now here in America, like Sneeko. I feel like that's what's going on. And the thing is that the only way you're really going to get rid of that is if you denaturalize them and send them back. But I don't think that we're ever going to get a person in power that's going to be willing to do that. And the thing is that it will inevitably be the death of America, because there's just too many stupid people trying to run the government for not even to fix America, but to just become wealthy. And it's disgusting, and it, like I said, it will lead to the death of America.
With Muslims, they don't have a problem with Hindus, they don't have a problem with Buddhists or with, you know, like any of these other religions. But the problem is that, like, whenever you have like large groups of these people come together and then try to push a religious goal together, I think that's a big problem. I do. And that's the thing, right? Is like the reason why they do now is that you do have advocacy like this. People now view it as like, okay, you're coming to take us over. And I don't really see this ending in a very good way.
Well, no, they're openly saying they're doing it. That's the thing. And do you know what the government's doing about it? Do you know what the average people are doing about it? Nothing. It will only get worse from here. It will only get to a point where we're like Iran. That's what's going to happen. I mean, it's
them probably making some kind of restriction.
Oh, no, that'll never happen. It's going on in Turkey. It's going on in Lebanon. It's going on in the Gaza Strip. I mean, what do you expect?
These people deported, there being violence. I think you're already seeing this happen. Basically, whatever happens in Europe is what's going to happen in America like 20 years later. Why wait so long? Because think about how bad the world was for people to accept, you know, any sort of like crazy government solution to something. I think 1930s Germany, why did people vote for Hitler? It's because things got really
Exactly. Things were really bad, so they voted somebody like Hitler into power. And the thing is like, are we really advocating for anything that's that different? I mean, yes, different. But we want to use the legal systems to get these people out. And we don't want to go through and systematically kill anybody, obviously. That's the difference. It is different. And they want to call you a Nazi and a fascist for having that difference. That, because they seem similar, does not make them the same thing.
Really
an
bad.
Apple is not an orange, but they are part of the fruit. They're part of they're a fruit, right?
Italy is the same thing with Mussolini.
Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim. The whole world can accept the truth. The whole world can go to heaven. God willing. Inshallah, the whole world says La ilaha illallah. I don't want you to burn in hellfire for eternity. I want you to go to heaven.
Sneeko responds to Elon Musk wanting him deported. Go back to Africa. This is my country. Nobody thinks this, by the way. Being born in America doesn't make you an American. Whenever you're chanting and talking about Islam taking over the country, how can you talk about how you are like, you're an American?
America is a Christian-based country. That is America. America's entire principles, foundations, laws are all built around that. Why do you think it took so damn long to allow same-sex marriage? And big surprise, guys, if you want to live under Muslim rule, there will be no same-sex marriages. They will kill you. That's what they do. That's what they do there. I'm not trying to be a type of way. I'm just telling you that's what they do. They do that.
because of whatever reason, whenever that's literally against the First Amendment. I think that for a long time, people like played the game where they're like, oh, well, if you're born in America, you're actually an American. No, you're not. No, you're not. I mean, everybody knows that these people that were born in America, you know, hate America. They want to destroy America. They support America's enemies. These people are not real Americans. They're obviously not. Anybody who's supporting Hamas or Hezbollah, those people need to leave the country.
We used to have Guantanamo Bay for people like that. Straight up, man. You'd have those cocked beet sandwiches all day long. But for whatever reason, they got rid of that. I don't know why.
We don't have to put up with this. We don't have to tolerate this. The Somalian who said Elon's about to die is exposed as a pre-med student in Missouri.
I wouldn't worry too much about
this. That's right.
I wouldn't worry too much about him.
Is it pussy? You smoked your goat while you were fucking your goat? What is this? Wait, this guy, he called this guy a pussy? Isn't this guy on SEAL Team 2, 4, and 6? Oh my God.
What?
And this is what he said. These guys sound way different when you wake them up at 2 a.m. This is the guy that participated in killing bin Laden. Yeah.
Holy.
They sound way different.
Damn, boy, he just says it. He's like, yeah, they sound way different at 2 a.m.
Hi guys, it's me again. Today we're going to talk about the video game layoffs. Xbox did...
Oh, dude, we already talked about that. I don't care. Let's move on from that. He didn't even stream yesterday, so, like, there's not really anything that he's got of, like, actual substance. I guess he's doing more streams now. It doesn't seem like he's doing the, It doesn't seem like he's uploading that much to Decoy Voice anymore. Let's see. No. I mean, he is, but not as much as he was.
Governor Gavin Newscam is basically panicking.
Let me speak directly to anyone considering helping President Trump interfere with our election or our count.
The compensation to have the governor, the seal of the governor, state of California, XL. I've never seen this before.
Helping President Trump interfere with our election or our count.
See, he's not saying interfere. Like, what is he doing that always makes him look like he just stopped?
Those ones are just too long, man. I don't really care enough. Make NATO dangerous again. Trump speaks on ending Iran ceasefire. Oh, so Trump does want to end the Iran ceasefire.
Mike Sorrell. Mike, you heard Victoria Coates say we could be about to strike after the president said, I think it's over with regard to the ceasefire. So you are...
Thank God, dude. Holy... It's about time.
Our military expert, what do we strike?
Please.
And when do we strike them?
Absolutely. Talk about a strong showing at the NATO summit. If Trump can hold his allies accountable, and most humans don't like accountability, then he'll hold Iran accountable. So the 80 strikes were devastating and predominantly military targets. Now, the question is, what is Iran's response? And Trump will wait for that. If they respond with force, again, look at critical infrastructure.
Is that Keir Starmer? I thought Keir Starmer stepped down. Who is that?
Can turn out their power permanently. While that's tragic for the Persian people, their ability to communicate will be dead. So I would be interested to see if he goes after critical infrastructure. But guys, I got to say this, the most historic NATO summit possibly in our lifetimes. Trump is ultimately trying to make NATO dangerous again. And he showed up demanding receipts, and ultimately our NATO allies are listening. He's saying, show me the money, but ultimately he wants to see the combat.
No, it's not just me. Y'all think that, yeah,
show me the long-range missiles. Show me the air defense batteries. Show me the artillery shells. Show me the ability to shoot, move, communicate, fly, defend, and sustain. And ultimately he wants to see results, not just spending.
Yeah, and the reason all of this is happening, Mike, is because Iran keeps on attacking ships that don't go through their approved lanes. And in doing so...
It's international water. NATO has to respond. They have to. They don't have a choice. They have to respond because regardless of what happened in the Iran war, it's international water. It's not their water to maintain. It's not Iran's water. It's international water.
It feels like the Iranians are not taking the president seriously. And they've said as much in saying that they think that the President Trump is more interested in ending this war and coming to a negotiated settlement to make gas prices go down to a more normal level. But do they think that, or should they think that at their own peril?
47 years would tell us different. They just, as Trump, in Trump's words, they just don't learn. We knew this, and nobody can defend or say that President Trump didn't give diplomacy oxygen.
He gave them so much time. He gave them 2 weeks before he started bombing them. He gave them time in between bombing them. He gave them time after we were done bombing them. He's given them so much time. Guys, 2 months. Come on, bro.
But he's come to the point, and you saw it with a rather just realistic realization that, guys, Iran is not going to change their pattern anytime soon. We need to end this regime, and there is no other way than by force.
Oh, thank you. So I really hope that's what's going to happen, dude. I really hope, dude, bro, I will hail Trump a freaking king, bro. I don't even care. Please.
This region understands one thing, and that is power. And Trump is about to show them what that looks like. Our strikes to this point have been devastating. We've crippled their economy. Their military has been decimated, but they are not going to change their ways.
I haven't seen Red Raven in a hot minute. I hope you've been doing all right, bro.
Anytime soon.
Oh, yeah, no, it absolutely has been past due. This has absolutely 1,000. This is 20 years too late. Absolutely.
And I think
this is from the first time the Iran regime, the IRGC, blew up an American or an American soldier. Too late. The first time that happened and they didn't apologize to give us a shitload of money, should have immediately started going to war with them, period. No exception.
Ceasefire is dead, as it should have been dead a month or two ago. But it is time, and I foresee the military moving to do big things against Iran.
As we await the leader of NATO, Secretary General Mark Rutte.
Wouldn't that be crazy if they actually got NATO involved with this? And here's what should happen. If NATO gets involved with this, we'll help Turkey if Russia decides to take their water. That's what I think we should do. One hand washes the other. I think that's a good deal.
Comments. It looked, and he is speaking now. We are going to listen in. Stand by.
Huge and big. And we do realize what the impact is on Ankara.
What?
It appears and you can tell by that we have lost the feed while they try to get the camera back working as well as the audio. Mike, I believe we still have you here. Strewn throughout the president's press conference there at the beginning of our show, he did mention that common refrain that he's been saying now for upwards of 10 years. We are there for NATO. They are not there for us. Mike, in light of the fact that you have all of these NATO leaders in one room following the president's comments from earlier this morning, do you think now NATO helps the United States with the war in Iran, which, to our earlier discussion, seems like it's about to pick up again?
Well, yeah, they should. They should, because that waterway affects everybody in the entire world. It's international water. No one can own it. They're blowing up random tankers. They're not even American tankers. They're just random tankers from different countries. And like, who does that? Why do you do that? It doesn't make any sense. They're just civilians. They're not hurting anybody.
This could be the galvanizing moment where they get involved, as well as the Gulf partners. Hey, guys, ultimately what Trump has been doing here, no other president has had the courage. The free ride era is over. America is tired of paying
And I
first.
agree with that. I think that if NATO doesn't want to get involved with this, we should drop out of NATO. We should leave. Like, we pay more into NATO. There's no reason to be there. If they don't want to, if they want to sit here and play this weird mental gymnastic mind game, whatever, The thing is that Iran's been, the IRGC have been killing Americans and American citizens for decades. We just haven't, I would say for at least 50 years. I'd say for at least 50 years, yeah. And they don't want to step in it whenever we finally have had enough of it, then that's on them. We'll step out of NATO and we'll do what we have to with Iran. That's
fighting first and then getting thanked later. It was a feckless response, and it was very strategic stepping into this NATO summit by many of our European allies. They should have been there for us as we've been there for them in the past. But again, there are positive indications here. European or NATO and Canada spending is up 20% in near real terms in 2025. But ultimately, we've got to see the ability to not only defend, but go on the offensive. The European allies in NATO have too long been in a defensive mindset posture. And we've seen what Ukraine has done. And that has changed warfare. That is going to change their spending, and it's going to move NATO in a good direction. But Trump was never serious about leaving NATO. It was about accountability. And partners have to hold one another accountable to bear the load that the United States has been shouldering for so many years, decades. And again,
yeah, he's right. He's absolutely right. This guy's absolutely preaching right now.
The first president to step in and actually bring receipts, demand receipts of our NATO partners and have them step up with 5% of their GDP on defense spending. We are seeing indications and we are seeing results. It is going to be a different alliance. And here's one that
that is what's up.
Miss. Trump was never going to leave NATO, because if you leave NATO, what does that do? It opens the door for China's involvement in Europe, and he was never going to allow that to happen.
China's already involved in Europe. Hell, they're already involved with us. What does it matter? Everyone's so scared of China. Ooh, China. Ooh. No one. China's not going to do anything, bro.
Retired Navy SEAL and host of the Everyday Warrior podcast, Mike Sorelli, we thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your time on this very busy news day.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all.
Let's bring in former Deputy National Security.
Give me a second. Let me use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay, we bake.
Security Advisor and Heritage Foundation Vice President of National Security, Victoria Coates, who joins us now. Good morning to you, Victoria. How significant do you think this NATO summit is as we see all of these leaders making their way to this big family photo that is about to take place in moments from...
I don't care.
To me, I think it's over. I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people.
I agree. The IRGC need to go. It's about time. It's about time. It's about
They're led
time.
by sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it. As far as I'm concerned, it's...
Thank you for saying it, because he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
over.
Moments ago, President Trump declaring the ceasefire with Iran is over. His words, and that he doesn't want to deal with them at all.
Retired Navy captain and former Pentagon official Brent Sadler is here to react. Good morning to you, sir. So the question is there still room for negotiations, or should we take the
negotiations are over? Even during their quote-unquote ceremonies for the Ayatollah, they've still been consistently bombing tankers and making them go through the checkpoint in the Strait of Hormuz. No. You take that piece of paper that they all wrote up and you tear that piece of paper into little bits and pieces.
At his word, is the ceasefire really over?
No.
What is your reaction to what the president
yeah,
said?
it should be.
Well, it's, I think, inevitable given the nature of the regime that we're dealing with, because it hasn't really changed. Despite the best of compellence and military and some of the concessions, or at least the offering of concessions in this MOU, but both can be true. You can continue on with negotiations.
You can't continue on with negotiations if they're still bombing people. That's the thing. They're still bombing people.
At the same time that you're involved in active hostilities. It's happened numerous times throughout human history and even in the modern era. So why not here, especially with the group that only understands brute force, to be compelled to actually make necessary concessions or to enter in a truthful way any type of agreement to end the fighting. So the president has a spectrum of options with the military forces that he has right now. And boots on the ground of a conventional kind of invasion is not something or an option that appears.
Bro's wearing the brightest white shoes that mankind has ever produced. Holy.
Of a conventional kind of invasion is not something or an option that appears to have ever been put on the table. But as I had been talking about,
they both looking at his shoes.
Karg Island, there's also the adequate forces to occupy Bandar Abbas, which is the location from which the Iranians are exercising their threat to shipping. It also is a site where there has been widespread discontent with the regime in the past, and even most recently back in January. So perhaps that's the type of spark on the tinder that's the Iranian populace to trigger a more widespread kind of uprising that would take the country back without having to put boots on the ground or continue with the strikes that you're seeing. The episodic back and forth, we attack, the Iranians basically sue for returning negotiations, the attacks stop, and then they have another provocation. That cycle is, I think, dead, and I think rightfully so.
Yeah. I mean, it's annoying. It's stupid. It's mindless. It's brainless. It's completely, it's done.
So hopefully these attacks that we're seeing now continue to bring the pain to the IRGC and certainly degrade any remaining military capacity.
They need to bomb that railway that connects to China. That's what they need to do. They need to bomb that railway and make it inoperable.
Shipping in the Strait of Hormuz.
Brent, right now on our screen, we are watching the various NATO leaders walk across the stage, shake hands, including with head of NATO, Mark Rutte. And that begs the question. President Trump and NATO leaders are all in a room together. We're anticipating the family photo soon. They're going to be talking. Do you think, in light of the president's comments just moments ago, that we could finally get the bulk of NATO to help us in the war and what looks like the resumption of hostilities with Iran?
I think so. There's certainly a compelling case from the very beginning. Iran is a threat to NATO. NATO, in fact, in the late 90s all the way through until recent time, Iran was always listed as a threat. It was the rationale for putting Aegis ashore missile defense batteries in Poland and Romania, and also the additional deployment of Aegis destroyers to Rota, Spain, back in the 2012 to 15 time.
So we just been systematically preparing for these guys for literally 50 years. They've always been a threat, but now it's just become such a pain in the side that it's like, all right.
It's an acknowledged threat, and I think NATO, perhaps now, given the economic pain, but also the nature of the fighting right now, they've got military forces that have moved in, or at least nearby, mine clearance vessels most notably, to actively take a more proactive role in at least reopening or securing the shipping routes. To include the Bab el-Mandeb, the Houthis still remain a proxy, an active proxy of Iran.
So shortly before U.S. military retaliation last night, the Treasury Department announced it was revoking sanction waivers that have allowed Iran to sell oil. That's a big deal, and it's something that's not going to make Iran very happy this morning.
Ooh.
Well,
really?
This is very much
so they're not even going to be able to sell oil.
With the MOU, the Iranians have failed on their side. Again, it's an MOU, so there's no obligations, but there is a cause and reaction. The reaction is removing any of those waivers, which effectively reinstates the blockade. At least right now, it's the financial aspect.
Well, they should reinstate the blockade because it's obvious that they're still bombing the ships. They're obviously still trying to push this toll system in international water. I mean,
that blockade on Iranian exports of petroleum. The next will be the U.S. Navy enforcing the physical.
Oh yeah, no, Trump wasted 3 months. He did. He really did. Like
blockade.
All of these questions involving oil also need to be viewed through the lens of the American public.
I'm not gonna lie though. If this is what he was trying to do to get NATO involved, so that way we can strategically take these people completely off the board as a playable character, 3 months, 3 to 5 months for a war to completely obliterate your enemy isn't really even that bad. That's pretty good. Like, that's not bad. That's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would effectively completely send these people back to the Stone Age. The IRGC would be completely dispersed. NATO would have been involved, so that way there'd be even more historical context behind it. Like, there's a lot that's here, you know? And if NATO doesn't get involved, we will know for future reference that we can't count on NATO, and they shouldn't count on us either.
People who buy gas and who have to pay a lot of money for said gas, especially with the midterms upon us. Brent, do you know, has enough oil been able to get out of the strait during the past few weeks in order to stave off a price spike now, as Carly and you discussed, that the U.S. has revoked those sanctions?
Yeah. Well, on the political question on here, I mean, elections in November for midterms, typically the seasonal spike in oil prices starts going down and the trend lines will be in the right direction, all things being equal, just driven by seasonal demands. So I think the presidents and certainly the empire, the Republicans will be fine if all things were equal. But the other side of it is, and the dissolution of OPEC, you know, UAE departed on May 1 because they were being constrained on output that they could put through pipelines to bypass the Strait of Hormuz. So it's not that there's a lack of petroleum on the market or its ability to get out of wherever it's located, most certainly the Strait of Hormuz. So I think the pressures, the fundamentals are all pushing in the direction based on supply and demand that there's enough oil in other places and OPEC is loosening its grip on constraining production, that you're going to see the prices come down. Whether they go down to $60 or $50 or $40, that's really the question, but they will go down, even though right now they're spiking into the $70 range again.
During this ceasefire, U.S. intelligence reported that Iran was able to rebuild its military and industrial base, particularly its drone and missile manufacturing capabilities.
So they literally just rebuilt everything. Wow, big surprise.
How concerned should we be about this?
Not very. We blew it up once, we can do it again.
Well, we need to listen to and learn from the Ukrainian experience, and it should not surprise anyone that reconstituting the ability to build a lot of these drones is something that can happen in a matter of weeks. And clearly...
Yeah, big surprise. Oh, so we did strike Iran last night. We actually did blow up stuff last night.
All right, we begin with an alert. President Trump hitting the ground running in Turkey, already making headlines this morning as he attends the NATO summit. It's doing that right now.
The commander-in-chief revealing that he thinks the ceasefire with Iran is over.
Mark Meredith is live in Turkey with the very latest. Good morning, Mark.
Lawrence, Kaylee, and Brian, good morning. By Central Command shows the U.S. is responding, and while these latest strikes appear over for now, CENTCOM says it is standing by if more action is needed. Iran responded overnight, launching their own counterstrikes at targets in Kuwait and Bahrain.
I love how instead of attacking the Navy, they keep attacking our allies. Yo, like, why do they keep doing that, man? Jesus.
Just got a statement from the Qataris.
What
who
a
said
nasty group of
they
people.
are not happy with Iran launching these attacks on their Mideast allies. We also heard from the president, who says he believes the ceasefire recently reached with Iran is simply no longer in place.
Yeah, why would it be?
Ceasefire over. Is the ceasefire done? Is the MOU dead?
It's a very interesting question. To me, I think it's over. I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people.
Yep.
They're led by sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it. As far as I'm concerned, it's over. I'll speak to our negotiators.
One person who is defending the president's decision to launch these strikes is NATO Secretary General, saying Iran is causing chaos throughout the Middle East. Trump.
Well, they are. It's not just the Middle East anymore. They're causing chaos for everybody all over the world, because if they're trying to tax these boats that are going through the strait and bombing them, if they don't, they're not affecting America. They're affecting everybody else in the world. Like, pull your heads out of your asses, guys. Come on.
Is spending much of his short time here in Turkey urging NATO members to spend more of their money investing in the alliance.
But Trump attacked them first. No, Trump didn't do that. They were killing Americans for a long time. And now they're just pissy because America's not dealing with it anymore.
Defense. Today, he had some very tough words.
The amount of Americans and American soldiers that have been killed by this regime over the past 50 years must make Hitler himself blush. Like,
Spain, which got permission.
I don't
not
even
to
want to
contribute
think
as
about
much
it,
as other
bro.
countries, 5% of GDP when it comes to NATO's defenses. For the president, though, that's an outrageous move.
To trade with them. I don't want to do any more trade with them. All right?
Yes, sir.
Take it immediately. You don't even talk to them. They're hopeless. Bad people, because, you know, they have everybody else going and paying and working. Spain, in particular Spain. There are a couple of others, but in particular Spain.
Let's go, Black Kite.
They're open about it.
Mouse,
They're
how's
hostile
it going?
about it. They make so much money with
Mainstream
us, and
media
we're going to see
is
that
the
they.
one that pushes the China narrative anyway, with the help of congressional members. Yeah, I can see it.
The president.
China's not going to attack us for two reasons. Number one, they're part of our economy, and they're the second largest capitalist country in the entire world. That's what makes them capitalists. They're the second richest country in the world because of our economy, because of America's economy. And number two, if we don't give them money, they don't manufacture stuff for us. They don't have manufacturing. They don't have money. That's why. It's all about money.
Those tough words for Spain. We heard from the Spanish prime minister, who said he believes that relations between the U.S. and Spain are still on good footing, and that he believes the relationship.
And besides, like, you can't compare China to Iran, dude. Iran is a joke. China is way more sophisticated than Iran. Like, I mean, it's not even a question. The only reason why China would even deal with Iran is because of the whole, like, dictatorship narrative that they're trying to push. You know, like, that's practically it. It's that whole, like, government power standard that these guys all see in common, where they're willing to kill citizens in order to stay in power. That's the only thing they have in common.
Simply remains intact. We'll see if the president elaborates anymore. They've already had their family photo. But, guys, there are two big meetings still on the agenda. One, President Trump sits down with the Syrian leader, as well as the meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. That'll happen later today. And then that all-ever important news conference still on the books several hours from now. Kaylee, Brian, and Lawrence, back to you.
Yeah, I thought they said 4 o'clock Eastern time, so we'll see, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you. 9:15 a.m. is the news conference, and he will definitely elaborate then. And Brian, I am fascinated to hear more from him, because there was some nuance there, as we discussed. The president said he'll let his negotiators keep negotiating, the nice people, he said. But I think something that might seal the deal of the end of the ceasefire is the fact of the revocation of the license to sell oil to Iran. That is what they want most. So you've removed the chief incentive for Iran to cooperate by not allowing them to sell oil. So they have no incentive to keep abiding by an MOU that they were not even abiding by to begin with. So I think
exactly.
That's and just to note that.
Oh, the ceasefire was violated, bro. The ceasefire has been violated. They literally bombed us the next day, or they didn't bomb us. They bombed a tanker the next day of the ceasefire, and then the day after that, they bombed another Gulf ally.
Iran's
Dude,
been
like, come
rebuilding
on.
during the ceasefire. Apparently, they now have access to more than half of the missiles and launchers they had lost before the conflict. So they've been quickly rebuilding.
So they buried them. They brought them out. They're also targeted, and we've been watching everything too. My hope is number one, we found a way to fortify our Gulf allies. And number two, my hope is that we went to school on what worked and what didn't work. If we go back full scale, to have Admiral Cooper present that plan and let's go at it. If in fact that is indeed what they're going to do, my sense is Iran. They say that they're evil, but they're not crazy. And if they actually want to go back to receiving this type of beatdown, instead of trading on the normalizing trade, that would be a choice that many people think they wouldn't take. So I'm very curious to see what Iran's going to say after the president made his remarks about an hour ago about what he's going to do.
I mean, look at all the stuff they're going to get, dude. Like, look at all that. Look at all the stuff on the table. That's a lot. And they don't even deserve half of this stuff. Like, that's so much stuff.
That would be a choice that many people think they wouldn't take. So I'm very curious to see what Iran's going to say after the president made his remarks about an hour ago about what he's going to do next, because those launchers were buried, so that means they couldn't be used. So they're going to bring them out and use them. We hit 80 separate targets already, and many of them are communications with each other. My sense is if they want to hit back on Iran, at the same time keep oil prices down, which are up 6%, the Strait of Hormuz has got to be within our control, and that's got to be the military operation that we go for.
So just to build on your point, Brian, because you're exactly right, the Strait is going to be the tool that they use again. It's going to be oil prices that they're going to use again. I think from a military standpoint, we're still on the 5-yard line. So the question is, just moving the conversation forward, does the political leadership, and I'm not talking about the president because he's made the case on why Iran is a threat, but when you talk about Congress, when you talk about Senate, when you talk about even the media now, the president has tried peace with Iran. He's tried to get the oil prices down. The Iranians have rejected his offer. So nationally, is he going to get some support on this now? Because you can't have the president making the case by himself. What we saw during the last go-around during the military actions is that the president was talking about the threat. He got no backup from the Senate. He got no backup from the House. And then the media
It's going to stay that way. The Senate and the House will stay the same. But if he can get NATO involved, it won't matter what the House and the Senate say. It won't. He's not going to get their approval. Fuck him. Bomb him anyway. He's the commander in chief.
Saying that our military was losing the war every single day. Meanwhile,
because if you can get NATO involved, you can get NATO allied NATO powers to give the military money to continue funding this.
Is in the sea. They have many of the launching pads are done. They depleted a lot of their missiles as well. So I just hope as we restart this kinetic activity that there's a little bit change in support in the messaging.
Absolutely. There was this interesting moment. I want our viewers to watch this and just think, you have the head of NATO, Rutte, and his interest is shoring up the NATO alliance. And you have President Trump, who's clear-eyed, who is America first, and who realizes that the members of NATO weren't quite there during this Iran conflict. And watch him push back on Rutte, who he has a good relationship with.
When it comes to Iran, I know you're disappointed. We discussed it a couple of weeks ago. I would say these are isolated cases. 5,000 planes taking off from European airports in support of Epic Fury. It was Europe as one big platform of power projection for the United States, helping with Epic Fury, including countries you mentioned, Germany from day one, France, and many others. We discussed the Bucharest airport, which was closed for a couple of days for commercial traffic because you needed it for Epic Fury, and they were totally
United
fine.
Kingdom wouldn't let us use the island for 2 weeks, so we had to fly back.
No, so I'm saying you're right. There are isolated
and
cases.
Italy was very bad, having to do with their bases, as you know, and a couple of others. So
But still, generally, 5,000 is huge. And you mentioned Spain. Even you got Spain to pay 2%. They made a huge step in last year. So there's still issues we have to solve. But hey, also even on Spain.
And we're cutting off your aid with Spain. It's $36 billion they're putting into the military in terms of what we trade with them. Essentially, it's not a lot. But one thing that we do, they buy a lot of our missiles, a lot of our rockets for their minimal expenses. We buy a lot of their renewable energy. I don't think this president's huge on renewables and green energy. So there's any trade that's going to happen is going to dissipate. And it's going to be up to this prime minister whose economic policies are
We'll see where it goes, but I don't think Trump's going to hold that. I don't think Trump really ever thought that ceasefire was going to, hold. But now it's definitely just over. But maybe that's just what Trump wanted. He just wanted to continue allowing the, to see what they would do and to prove to Congress and everybody that, these guys aren't they're just nasty little individuals. They got to get put in their place where they belong. No. Okay. Let's watch us a body cam and then probably roll up out of here. Yeah. It's just not a whole lot going on today. Nothing too. Oh wait, actually, hold on. It's okay. Nothing too crazy. Do we have any We might watch a couple body cam videos for the hell of it. It's better than beating a dead horse because there's not really anything that's crazy new. I mean, we already talked about the guy with the Nazi tattoo. Apparently, he's got new essay allegations from somebody he dated. There's not really nothing that's too crazy new at the moment. Fake cops get caught impersonating police. Moments before woman lights police officer's car on fire. What? Are you kidding me? Yo! Yo, W Midwest Safety. Check out Midwest Safety on YouTube. Yo, this lady lit his car on fire. Why?
So the camp out back, it's still full-blown setup.
I'll go check, make sure that there's no one there.
So also, I have that problem. Now she has a unit here, blares her music, dances in the parking lot, swings from the trees.
You guys have the right to choose to do either terminating her contract or whatnot. I know the car itself, I don't think...
Oh, she's probably staying in a storage unit then. I guarantee you she's staying in a storage unit. She's probably homeless.
License plate's good, however, it's not operating on a roadway. And she's also known to be a little...
crazy?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
That's why we don't want to take a chance with our customers.
Yeah, people have... Yesterday, 2 customers came in and complained, what's that lady doing there then?
Yeah. Was she,
Well, like, if she lit a police car on fire, I mean, she could have burnt that whole place down. She's an arsonist, bro. Like, she lit a car... She lit a police officer's car on fire. Just imagine if these two had confronted her and told her she needs to vacate. Bro.
She'll walk up and down Davis and, like, rub dirt on herself and stuff, and it's a daily occurrence for us, so... Well, she's coming in, so I guess we'll see.
Here she comes.
Hello, Jana. How are you?
Oh, hi, Mr. Police, and hi, lady, and hi, sir.
So...
I told you can't plug that in here.
Oh, no, I know. You told me that you're not responsible for it.
I don't want it plugged into my electricity.
This building, the storage building that I have a place here?
You're not paying for electricity.
But I'm paying for the storage, ma'am.
You know, if you don't want to abide by the rules, they also have the right to terminate your contract, right?
If this lady told me I'm not allowed to
That's what she's...
my stuff here,
that's what I'm saying.
I have to say yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
But I thought because I pay for the storage unit, if I'm here, I can plug it, try it really fast. I wasn't going to leave my speaker. I was going to leave this. Because you said you are not responsible for it.
But it doesn't matter. Don't plug it in.
Can I plug it there?
No.
None of the outlets?
Nope.
Why not?
Because...
I asked you before.
And I told you no.
You told me because you don't want to be responsible for it.
They do bear costs of electricity, right? And we charge people for the theft of
electricity. But do you pay for the electricity?
And she's no longer giving you permission to use that outlet, okay?
I mean, I know she said that.
You're making something...
I heard you, Mr. Police.
You're making something out of nothing.
This lady is... This lady's off her rocker, bro. Like, what?
Police.
Making something out of nothing.
I know this lady works here, and she said not to use it.
They're responsible for the budgeting.
I'm okay. No, she's not. She doesn't pay for it. Well, but you don't pay for that electricity.
They have the right to terminate your contract here as well.
No, I know. She said if I wanted a refund for my
But
stuff.
you're making something out of nothing.
And I said, no, I don't want the refund. I already give this lady the money. I put my card in this thing right there because I already paid for it. Why would I want the refund?
We are turning into something from nothing.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Please don't charge your stuff here. That's all she got. That's all she's.
No, I know she said it, but I said I have storage here. I just need to charge it really fast.
But she doesn't want you to charge it. So that's it. You have
I
to find
don't
somewhere else.
understand. It doesn't make no sense.
So-
Why doesn't you want me to charge it here? Because I'm right here. My car's right there. I'm in my car. I don't understand, lady.
I said no.
The other thing too is that they don't want you parking here overnight, right?
I don't park here overnight.
Oh, there it is. Yep, I knew it. She's homeless. She's absolutely homeless.
Your license plate isn't legal.
Yes, it is.
It's
It is
suspended.
Nevada.
It is suspended.
Nevada.
Do you live here, work here?
Whoa, 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 whoa. My license plate. My license is legal.
It's suspended. Wow. Big surprise. So even if she wanted to, she couldn't drive that car right now.
Can you run me a Nevada 28 as well? This is coming from my dispatch.
And what the f does it say?
Suspended.
It ain't. Hold on. I gotta go.
Here, no, you can listen. I believe that you own it. It's just illegal to operate upon the roadway.
I'm showing you this Nevada.
Yeah, but
State of Nevada Department of Motor and Vehicle,
that
the
means it's yours.
DMV. And it
But it
says,
doesn't mean that it's legal to operate on the roadway.
what? It is legal.
It's legal to operate.
It's a motherfucker. What? It is legal to operate.
That's what I'm saying. What?
Car, yes, the f it is. What you gonna tell me?
And then you can go to the jail when we catch you.
I don't want to go to jail.
Well, then don't operate it on the road.
What the f do you mean, though? I have 30 days to get to go to that DM.
Is the back of that windshield busted out? It is. The back of that windshield is busted. I didn't think you could drive a car with the back windshield busted.
Be in Florida and motherfucking change it back to motherfucking Florida.
No, that's not how that works.
Yes, it.
Can you drive? This is in Nevada, right? Can you drive a vehicle with a busted back window on the roadway? You can, with a busted back window, provided it doesn't obstruct your view. Under Texas transportation law, the law dictates that drivers cannot operate a vehicle if objects, materials, or damaged obstructions or reduce the operator's clear view. So, I mean, I guess as long as it, hey, maybe that's why she busted it. Maybe because it was obstructing her view.
How you gonna tell me?
Well, then I've explained it to you, and if you want to jump up and down and say that, then that's it.
No,
We'll
I'm
leave
just
it at
gonna tell you
that.
the truth right here and show you the mother.
So no, I've explained it to you. You have every right to choose to act how you want to.
My way, how they do it in Nevada. And
This is
here,
Florida.
Too, if I had
Oh,
Florida,
it's Florida. So what about Florida? Because she got it in Florida. Can you drive a vehicle with a busted back window in Florida? You still can. Okay. I mean, I guess you can. It doesn't seem like there's anything against it.
You can continue to act this way, ma'am. But I'm done. Wait, it's not.
tell me, sir.
It's the law, ma'am.
Right. You have
So
30 days to
no.
switch it.
So you can have that car. You can
It's
legally
my car.
own it.
Yes, it's my motherfucking car.
I've never contested that with you, right?
Right. So I could drive it whenever.
No, you can't.
You can't drive it on the roadway. You legally can't drive that car on the roadway because regardless of your busted back window, it's still suspended plates.
You can't operate.
I've never even heard of that. How do you get a suspended a license? Like, how do you get your car suspended? I heard your license, but like, how do you get your license plate on a car suspended? Oh, if she doesn't have insurance or she doesn't have the inspection done, okay, That makes sense, actually.
In the United States of America, you have 30 days.
No, you
or you wouldn't even take a step back.
Thank you, I appreciate that. You can own a car, but if you don't register it, it is unregistered.
You have 30 days to register it.
No, you're not understanding me. And if I'm telling you, if you operate that car, it's getting towed.
It is not going to get.
If you take that car on Davis, it is getting towed.
I drive my car everywhere.
I don't know why they just don't tow it automatically.
Okay, then you know.
Because she can't keep it. Like, I want to call this out because this seems like BS regardless. So she has to leave. She has to make it leave the property, right? She can't drive it. She doesn't really look like she can afford a tow truck. So why don't they just tow it?
It's going to be documented that you've been warned. Okay, it's going to get towed. Which on it, it's going to get towed. If you drive it on the road, it's getting towed. It's not valid.
Oh, yes, it's valid.
The dispatch literally told you it's not. Okay, you guys can choose.
Take your speaker and leave it somewhere else.
Do you want her trespass? Do you want to cancel her contract trespass?
Trespass me, cancel my contract?
Yes. Okay.
I am.
All right. Which honor your trespass?
And I said no, and I'm saying I'm not trespassing.
You are.
You're trespassed? No, I'm not trespassed. Not at all. No, not today. Maybe tomorrow.
3 Bravo 31 changes to a 43.
Yo! What?
Hey, Dean, it's probably going to be a 10-15. She's inside. I'm just letting her go for now. I'm going to write out the trespass if she refuses to leave after she's been handed the copy of the trespass. Yeah.
Does the car move?
Her car's not valid. And she's like, I have 30 days. I was like, no, it's not valid.
We'll be right over there. He's busy, and we're gonna be with you in 1 minute. I don't know. I just got here. He's gonna explain everything to you.
For what?
This is.
Because I have a storage here. I pay my storage here.
Okay.
And this police is trying to tell me that I can't park my car right here. I can't even beat them.
I need you to go back over here.
I'm like, what the is that?
I need you to go back over here.
I'm actually kind of surprised she doesn't try to sleep in the storage unit itself. She probably does, but like.
I need to know what the gonna happen.
I'm being polite right now.
I'm not being trespassed nowhere.
Go back over to your.
Bro, this is so annoying. God, this is so.
Bro, I do not want the money back. I do not want a refund.
Anna, I will talk to you about everything.
It's Anna, not Anna.
I will explain everything to you. I understand that you have property inside there as well.
You don't need to explain.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to. So can you please listen to my
You don't need to put that paperwork because I'm not getting arrested for nothing. I ain't doing
okay.
I think we're there now.
I'm not getting trespassed for nothing. What you mean?
All right, if you can't.
Oh, look at my mugshot. No. Police.
All right, so if you can't listen.
No, wait. No. Police, wait. What you doing?
All right, this is
okay,
so
I'll
you're
go
bracing
back to my
tension
car.
calling.
I'll go back by my car and then I'll wait for you.
We're past that.
No, we're not. We're not.
This is bracing tension calling.
Police,
This is stop our check. If you continue to do so.
I said wait, what you doing? What the f***?
So wait, how the hell did she manage to set his car on fire?
You gonna detain me for what? Let me the f*** go.
We're gonna detain you because you're just too stupid.
Put me in handcuffs.
You can't listen to a thing that I'm
Let
calling.
me go. I'm not playing. You're not the
You're under arrest now.
I'm not arrested for nothing. What the f*** I do? I didn't do nothing illegal. Let me go. Let me go. Police, let me go. Police, let me go. Police, let me go. I'm not. You want me to go in? You want me to go in?
Thank you.
You want me to go in? You want me to go in your f***ing car? I don't want to go in your f***ing car.
I know you don't.
No. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna kick the f*** out of you.
I would rather somebody say they're gonna do it than to actually do it. Straight up. Although it's still a threat.
Let me out. There's a camera right here. Let me out.
I'll need to go get the info.
I can get all that from you. That way you're not, so she doesn't start damaging the car.
She does have property in the unit, so we got to figure out something.
Okay, I'll ask her what they're going to do.
I tell you what they can do. They can just move that stuff out, put it to the road, let the trash people take it.
Let me go. Or I'm going to start a fire. I have a lighter. I'm going to start a fire. I'm going to start a fire. I'm going to burn something.
Okay, how does that going to work as far as her getting her material or her stuff out?
5 Alpha 41, can you sign the unit over to us and we'll dispose of it, or she has 72 hours to empty it.
I'm going to start a fire so good. I'm not playing.
But how the hell is she supposed to empty it if she's trespassed? I'm confused about that. Like genuinely, like, how would you even, like, maybe they let her, maybe she can get the police to help her, like, you know, go in there to permit her, I guess.
I'm not either. Going to jail.
Okay, I ain't playing. It needs to motherfucking explode. Where's the gasoline? Where's the bomb?
She's going to jail, so when she gets out, she's going to need to contact you guys to find out what's going on. We will tell her what she needs to do, but she'll come back here, so call us when she comes back.
Okay, I'm gonna burn the seatbelt.
Do you have a lighter?
You need to start right here.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god, dude. Are you kidding me?
Guess what? You get another charge.
I don't give a
Oh, and she's a spitter. Man, y'all gotta give her the treatment, man. Y'all gotta wrap her up, give her the spit guard, get the sack on her head. You know, y'all gotta give her the treatment. The sheriff treatment, you know?
You need this Guess what?
What?
You're going to sit in jail for a while. Set my car on fire!
She's not being very cooperative, so I'm not sure if I'll have to
Cooperative.
follow my partner to the jail. This is hers?
Yes.
Okay.
She had a lighter stash and caught my seatbelt on fire, so.
I'll follow you to the jail.
Yeah.
I'll follow you. I'm going to follow you.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Take a breath.
This dude's like, man, I just want to I'd strangle her. Just strangle her. Just choke her out.
I'll follow you to the jail.
He's completely he's dumbfounded on what to do. He's like, this lady really tried to set my car on fire, man.
I'll follow you.
He's just...
I'm going to follow you.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Take a breath.
I'm gonna punch you in your
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight you.
I don't want you to do that.
I don't give a
That's right, get the chair ready, bro. Oh! Oi! Damn it, guys! What is she doing? She's trying to take the camera off? This lady is nuts.
Take a shit on your damn car. All over it. I don't give a take a piss. All over your mother car. You're gonna have to clean this shit up. Oh, I'm pissing.
Slips what?
Oh, I'm pissing.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me, bro? Oh my god.
Everything that you break will add up on it.
Bro. What a nasty little bitch. God damn, bro. Ooh.
I'm gonna break the other one. And I would break the camera.
As she slipped the cuff, she urinated on the seat, she set the seatbelt on fire, she broke the damn doorknob. Bro, like,
But I'll wait. I'll do that last.
I'm kind of surprised they even keep doorknobs back there. Like, this has to happen frequently. Holy.
You're lucky you got my lighter, because I would have motherfucking burst that motherfucking bomb.
You go ahead and drop what you got in your hand.
What I got in my hand?
Whatever you got in your hand.
I got shit in my hand. What I got in my hand? What I got in my hand? Nah. Nah, you gonna tase me?
Nah, man, just roll the window down, send the dog in there after. That's what I say. Get one of them canine units, send the dog in there after. I bet she dropped that stuff real quick. Got that big dog barking at you.
I'm gonna tase you back. I'm gonna tase you back.
This lady's crazy.
Ready? Got the cuff?
Ready? I got a cuff.
Ready? Pull.
Yeah, that pepper spray does the job, huh? Oh, look, she's still fighting.
According to court records, this suspect, Wichana, was charged with resisting, obstructing, felony criminal damage to property of $1,000 or more. For all
Oh! She caused $1,000 and more worth of damage? Oh yeah, because she broke off the handle of the door. They probably got to replace the entire door, huh?
damage she caused inside the squad car, felony battery on a law enforcement officer, and trespassing. She was adjudicated guilty on all charges. She was sentenced to 36 months of probation and was released back into the public.
Bro, are you kidding me? She urinated on the seat. She tried to set the cruiser on fire.
If you ever wonder why it's policy for most police officers to search and seize items before putting someone in the back of their squad car, this is why. I'm honestly unsure why the officers let her keep her items before putting her inside the car.
And she had the music in there too.
Primary officer had chosen to walk away to go back inside the building to speak with staff. He could have walked back out to his entire squad on fire. While it's not a formal written law in all U.S. law enforcement agencies, it's a universal safety policy to always search a suspect.
It should be a standard operating procedure. The fire department treats standard operating procedures differently than the police will, because if you violate a standard operating procedure, if you're a new hire, your probation's like 12 months. Oh, actually, no, it's not that long. I think it's like 90 days or something. It's not even that long, right? You'll get instantly terminated. It's your responsibility to know your standard operating procedures for the
Remove
department.
their accessible items before securing them inside a squad car. And this isn't just about lighters. Back when I worked in Philadelphia, there was an officer who arrested someone and transported him to the district without any issues. But when the prisoner was searched again inside the cell room, officers discovered he had a small loaded handgun on him the entire time. Thankfully,
Oh my God.
nobody was hurt, but that's the thing about mistakes like this. Most of the time, nothing happens. The problem is, officers can't judge a search by the 100 times nothing happened. They have to judge it by the one time something does. And sometimes, one time is all it takes.
Yep. Based. Let's watch another one. Let's watch another body cam. What else we got up in here? We watched Midwest Safety. Let's watch Code Blue Cam one. Oh, we don't have another Code Blue Cam one. Okay. I kind of want to see that other Midwest Safety one, honestly. Let's watch that other one. The one where they had the cops that were fake. Right here.
A Maryland police officer happens upon a van with flashing red and blue lights that's covered with police markings. As the officer activates his own red and blue lights, he has no idea he's about to conduct the strangest traffic stop of his life.
I just pulled over a van that is advertising itself as police with red and blue flashing lights. Can you run Maryland?
Bro, this is so rare. It's not even funny how rare this is. Like, the amount of people that get pulled over for trying to impersonate police has to be, like, almost non-existent.
5.
He doesn't even have the sirens. He's got like maybe he's got like a little speaker he hangs out of the window. Hey, look at how cautious he is with this car, man. He's so cautious with it. Yeah, I don't blame him.
Todo. Manos arriba. Manos arriba. Manos arriba. Hands up. Get your hands on the steering wheel. Get your hands on the steering wheel. Okay. All right, you're being audio and visually recorded. Why do you have a weapon in this vehicle? No. Why are you advertising yourself as police? Why are you advertising yourself as a police vehicle? Give me the keys. Do not reach for anything else than what I tell you to. Give me the keys. Are you a police officer? I was. But you're not anymore?
Then he knows the law. He knows that he's not supposed to be doing that.
But you are not a police officer. But you've got red and blue flashing lights on a van that says church vehicle. Sorry. You're using your red and blue. You have police marked all over this vehicle.
Yes.
Why?
I work with the Secretary of State, Maryland Secretary of State. I'm the Spanish liaison.
What?
Okay, and we are Hakua Fighting Blue. You know who is Hakua Fighting Blue?
Put your hands out the window.
What the fuck? What?
Put your hands out the window for me.
at all that hardware. Hold on, wait a minute. Look at all that hardware he's got here. Look at this. Right here on the dash, he's got like computers and stuff. Look at all this hardware. What the hell kind of van is this? What is this van? Hey, what the hell even is this? This looks like some kind of crazy contraption.
Put your hands out the window for me.
Look at all that.
You make a big mistake.
Open this door.
You make a big mistake.
Take your seatbelt off. Sure. Take your seatbelt off. Yeah. Step out of this car. Face away from me.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Face away from me. Face away from me.
He's coming to the end. He's coming to the end.
All right, put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
What are you doing this?
Because you have what appears to be a weapon on you.
Oh, maybe it's like a license plate reader?
Don't resist me.
It is a...
Could also... No, it can't be a CB. There's no antenna.
Oh my God.
I don't know what it could be. Maybe it is a license plate reader.
You make a big mistake.
He had a firearm, too. Bro! Bro, you had a firearm and you didn't say anything!
You make a big mistake.
Bro! This is the kind of stupid shit that gets people shot right here.
It's a tear gas.
315. I've got one
It's
detained.
a tear gas. And that's
He's
my
got
bedroom.
what appears to be a weapon. I'm about to get it off him now.
It's a tear gas.
All right, stop talking until I tell you to talk, sir.
You need your backup priority.
I've got him detained now. Securing a weapon.
Direct.
You make a big mistake. Can you open my trunk right there in my car? Are you gonna see what I have here?
Stop talking, please.
Okay. I'm not getting a return.
All right, Draft. I'll read it to you again in a second here.
Just relax. I'm director for Faith and Blue.
Dude, he's got to be passing off as a fake cop. There's no way. There's no way. He's even got a badge, bro. There's no way. There's literally no way.
I'm director for Faith and Blue. My light. Flashlight.
I don't need you to narrate everything. Have a seat.
Damn it. I hate it when that happens, bro. The hell?
Tear gas. Oh my God.
So he's got
What are you doing?
He's got his red and blues on with a weapon.
I tried to explain to the officer who I'm doing.
All right, and I asked you if you had a weapon on you. You said no. I get you out of the car.
No, it's a tear gas.
It doesn't matter. It's still a weapon, Einstein. It's still a weapon. That's a weapon, bro.
It's a weapon. I asked you if you had any weapons. I also pulled 2 knives off of you.
That's also a weapon.
And you had your red and blues on, and you marked police in here.
We are headquarters.
You're not a police officer.
I didn't think that you could have red and blue. I'm surprised that even passed inspection. Do they not have an inspection wherever this is at?
Referenced being a member of HAPCOA Faith and Blue. HAPCOA is the Hispanic American Police Command Officers Association, the oldest and largest association in the United States of Hispanic American command officers. The organization actively supports the Faith and Blue initiative, which focuses on uniting police with communities through the connections of local faith-based organizations. While there's much more than meets the eye to the suspect's true identity, officers first focus on investigating his strange belongings.
You know what we're doing?
I want to see what's in the back of the van, because he said he wanted the back of the van. I want to see in the back.
I haven't advised you of your rights yet, okay? Okay. So you've been detained.
Bro's gonna have like a van filled with AKs or something. Watch.
That's just me. What's that? I mean, if you can find a serial number on there. So let me get a picture of everything that I took off him.
Yeah. You got some dignity and acting
Yeah, thanks, man.
That's weird.
It's your guy? 315.
I didn't think that you could have a gun like that. That's kind of weird. Like, that doesn't look like a tear gas weapon. That looks like a gun.
Just get a supervisor to my stop, please.
Can't look too much at that. Oh, it is. It's a tablet. So it's a tablet hooked up like a laptop. That's insane.
Where's your driver's license, sir?
Yeah, in my back.
In your back pocket? Okay. Thank you.
You didn't pull his wallet out?
Wasn't gonna mess with that. I don't know how you operate that. No, I don't want.
How's it funny? Everyone's good. Everyone's good.
Have you seen Mike lately?
Yeah. I talked to him.
Do you understand how this would draw my attention with your flashing red and blue lights?
Listen.
And when I ask you if you have any weapons on you,
I don't.
You said no.
I don't consider that weapon. It's a tear gas.
A knife isn't a weapon? 2 knives aren't weapons? A tear gas gun isn't a weapon?
It's obviously a weapon. That's why he had it. I mean, he wouldn't have had it if he didn't think it wasn't a weapon.
You said you were a cop? You said you were a police officer, but you don't consider a knife a weapon?
No, that kind of stuff. I mean, everybody have a knife.
I don't know where... You must have been a cop in Candyland, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yo, we've got a Candyland first.
Sad and easy.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so random.
Were you a police officer here in the United States?
I was in Baltimore City. I had it over 25 years. Okay, as a Spanish and Portuguese liaison with Baltimore City.
As a sworn police officer?
No.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ah!
How do we break this open?
You have to just open in the back.
Open the back?
Right here.
What company would even allow the sale of this? Like, how do you even go about getting your hands on something like this? I know that this is like super mega illegal to even be able to attach this on a car.
You should cock that back.
Yeah, and you push a little bit, and that thing starts to move it. I mean, for a long time, I even don't use it. I mean,
is this loaded?
Yeah, it's loaded, but I mean, it's small tear gas right there.
So how do I unload it? How do I make this safe?
Just push it.
Push what?
The tiger.
You want me to pull the trigger?
Yeah. And that thing is coming up. Not really. I mean, just.
You want me to pull the trigger on what appears to be a firearm?
It's just moving, and that's the moon catfish. We're keeping the tear gas with it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no way in hell I would do that. No way in hell. That seems like an incident waiting to happen. Nope.
You don't have to like register this, do you?
No. Okay. It's a tear gas. It's like if you got it in your car, your tear gas. You go right.
No, stop.
No, but that's nothing to do with this. This is my car.
Okay. Now I'm gonna flip it back over to what I was trying to do.
Oh, but that's something they give me the police for Panama.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with anything.
Except it says National Police on it.
They give me the holder.
I got it. I understood that. 315. I'm sorry, I may have missed it. Was there a supervisor coming out here?
Yes.
Sir.
You want to go off from it?
Yeah, we can go off tactical conversation.
Police reports indicate that further inspection of the suspect's pistol revealed that it was stamped with the words "toy gun" and that it was likely a cap gun. Officers were able to remove the magazine, which revealed what appeared to be caps. Some notable items recovered from the suspect.
So you mean to tell me after all of that, bro, it wasn't even like gas can. It wasn't even like a a gas gun or whatever he was trying to say. It was a cap gun. It was a toy.
Pistol revealed that it was stamped with the words toy gun and that it was likely a cap gun. Officers were able to remove the magazine, which revealed what appeared to be caps. Some notable items recovered from the suspect's van were a uniform shirt with Hapcoa Police written on the back, a pistol-style black taser, a baton with a holster, a trifold wallet with a Baltimore City Police badge, and a Baltimore City Police Spanish and Portuguese liaison ID card, handcuffs, a baseball hat with Policía Nacional embroidered on it, a police uniform shirt with a nameplate for Alex Zunca, liaison, and a blue anti-ballistic vest with an American flag patch on it. The suspect was identified as 67-year-old Alejandro, a.k.a. Alex Zunca. He is the National Board Ambassador of Hapcoa, who also directs humanitarian efforts in Latin America on behalf of the Faith in Blue initiative. His presence in both organizations is well known, with him even being recognized and awarded Hapcoa's Bronze Medal of Community Service in 2024. Despite his prominent work in the organizations, police reports indicate he, himself, admitted to never being a sworn police officer in the state of Maryland. Zunca was arrested and transported to jail following the traffic stop, and cited for prohibited use of a flashing light. Driving a vehicle while displaying a flashing light, driving on the highway with a visible blue device, and flashing lights on an unauthorized vehicle. He was additionally charged with impersonating a police officer. During this case's trial, the official Hapcoa director,
That's exactly what he was doing. He even had a badge. Like, dude, there's no way.
Was contacted. He advised that Hapcoa does not have an official uniform, nor do they issue police-style badges to its members. According to court records, Zunca entered into a plea agreement where he pleaded guilty to driving on a highway with a visible blue device while all other charges were dropped. He was ordered to remove the words police and any blue emergency lights from his van. His confiscated counterfeit badges, uniforms, and paraphernalia were also not returned to him.
Oh, yeah, no, they shouldn't. They absolutely shouldn't. No.
Hapcoa and Faith in Blue have since not provided any public comment on Zunca's arrest or whether his affiliation with either one has been terminated.
They should. They should be terminated. There's no reason for that. That's crazy. Bro's out there acting like he's a cop. Hey, he even had like the badge holder for the belt. Like, dude, what? No. How do you even get your hands on that kind of stuff? I mean, I guess if you work really closely with police constantly, you could probably fool some of them into giving you stuff, right? But, like, come on, man. That's just so slimy. It really kind of goes to show you really can't trust anybody, huh? Oh, he had... That's crazy. So, he probably stole that. There's no way. I guarantee you he stole that badge. For sure. Guarantee you he stole that. There's no way they would just give him a Baltimore police badge. You can buy fake badges. You could buy fake badges? Really? Is it really that easy? Fake badges for sale. Oh my God, you can. You can just buy it. Huh. They even do... There's a company that does custom badges. Some of these look really convincing. Well, I'm not surprised now. All right. I'm rolling. I'm going to get up out of here. I'll be back on tomorrow, bright and early. Y'all know the game. Make sure y'all going out and commenting on the videos and liking the videos and liking the comments and commenting on comments and calling people dumb if they need to be called dumb and hitting that hype button on the videos. You can hype up to 3 times a week. So, W chat, W stream, great stream, awesome stream. Hopefully we can find out more about what's going to happen with Iran soon. I hate to see war, but at the same time, like, dude, you can't just keep blowing up people and expecting countries to just deal with that. Nah, man, that's not how it works. Let me get the music going. Hold on, let me get that music. Actually, you know what? We'll do this one. Yo, W stream chat, W stream. I will see you awesome people tomorrow. Stay safe. Stay away from crazy people. Stay away from crazy people. I don't want to have to pull you up and make fun of you. What else we got? Have a good rest of your day. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. You never know. And I will see you awesome peeps first thing tomorrow. Peace. W chat. Thank you so much for being here, chat. Y'all are awesome. Love y'all.
Change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?